Hey everybody, welcome to SPC Season 2 Draft Analysis. I'm Ace Trainer Ryan. I'm not alone though. First off, I have the Commissioner of the League, Anthony.
He just muted himself, by the way. Oh.
I just want to let you know that last time you did this, I'm pretty sure I was the last person introduced. And I was definitely expecting that again. And you introduced me first. So
Your voice is very staticky.
Yeah, your voice is a little staticky, but I think we'll work with
something.
it. Yeah, Commissioner's voice. Always the worst. Alright.
That's what he sounds like.
Yeah, that's his accent, bro.
The second the intro started, I saw him hit mute, and I was like, uh-oh.
Do we want to redo it or just keep rolling?
I keep going.
Alright, and then we have these two nerds, Matt and Ryan, since they're already talking. We'll just skip their introductions.
Who?
I just say we do it at the exact same time so no one can hear either.
Yeah.
What's up, gamers? It's me, Matthew.
I was gonna say what, but...
And that's Ryan.
Yeah.
We go by Matt and Ryan.
Yeah.
You guys see what we're working with. Anyway. Alright, so first up we have the Atlanta Talon Flames and their coach.
Do you want to explain what we're doing first? So we're going to be doing our raw analysis of the teams. We're going to go over what we think of them after the draft. And we're just going to do them in alphabetical order. So we're just starting with the Atlanta Talon Flames.
Yeah. It's
that.
not really going to be like a power or tier list.
Yeah, not
What we
ranking.
think of the team.
Yeah, just a general overview. We're just going to laugh at what you guys drafted, so...
Yeah. Good cop, bad cop. Ryan said he was going to do the bad cop.
No, I just said I was going to laugh at everything.
All right, so getting into Joe's team. His first pick, I believe, was the Garchomp. I think that was the first thing he took.
It was.
And that's a Ryan Pokemon. Ryan,
Yeah.
what are your opinions on Garchomp?
Very, very fun. You know, I did pretty well with it last season. Just Swords Dance, if you can get a Swords Dance and a Scale Shot off, there's just so few things that can take hits from it. Especially when he has one of those things being Tangrowth on his team. It's just...
Yeah. What do you need to build around it, Garchomp? Because it's got that 4x ice weakness. So
obviously an ice resist.
You gotta have some good ice resists.
Yeah.
I think Freeze Dry is a bit scary for this team. Just looking at the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pokemon. But to be fair, the other half of the team does resist Freeze Dry still.
Yeah. Sure. Klefki definitely going to be relying on that a lot more than a team should be relying on a Klefki, I would imagine.
I think Klefki is a really cool Pokemon, but I feel like it shouldn't be the only Steel type on a team. I think it functions more as just a prankster Pokemon than any particular typing, either Fairy or Steel type. It's a Pokemon I've always wanted to try out with moves like Fairy Lock, because I think it's a really cool move, and it's the only Pokemon that gets it. But there's also what we have to address, the Ice. I wouldn't say core because it's only really 2 Pokemon, but Ninetales Arctozolt is very, very scary for such a cheap price.
Oh yeah.
Also, with there only being 1 boot, and there's already another Brock weakness on the team.
True.
It's gonna be kind of hard to fit in the boots every week.
Yeah, there are 4 Pokemon weak to rocks on this team. I guess Reboot probably isn't gonna be running boots anyways because it should be covered by most moves anyways.
Yeah.
And I think Ninetales can run like the Light Clay pretty easily, so that's not too big of an issue. This team is going to have really good screens between the Ninetales and the Klefki. That's something to watch out for with this team. And I do think that the defensive core of Tangrowth Mesprit is solid. I do really like Mesprit. I was thinking about taking it myself. U-turn knockoff, and it's not as passive as something like Uxie, and it's not as frail as something like Gazelle. So I do think that's a really good pick down there as well.
Yeah. And then, like, looking at a lot of his top tiers, like Garchomp, Keldeo, Klefki, the Tornadus, those can all run setup options, so screens definitely really can help those if you decide
and
to run.
Swords Dance Tangrowth.
Does it get Swords Dance?
I believe so. Chlorophyll Swords Dance. I do really like this team's hazards as well. I'm going to throw that out there, because you've got rocks on Garchomp, Nidoqueen, and Mesprit. You've got spikes with Klefki, you've got toxic spikes with Nidoqueen, so I do really like the hazard control.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think this is one of the stronger teams that I've seen Joe draft.
Yeah, definitely. I think I remember last season he drafted like Triple Poison and triple something else, and I wasn't a huge fan of the synergy last season, but I really do like the team that he has this season. I think it's very dynamic, unpredictable, and it's a team that you can bring every single Pokemon on any given week, and I think it's a good bring, possibly, because he doesn't really have any bad Pokemon on this team. His 2 D tiers are Reboot, which Libero, Broken Ability, good Pokemon, and then Arctozolt, which takes advantage of Hail, which he does have as well. So I think the fact that his bottom tiers do work so well together really helps make sure this team doesn't have a weak point.
Exactly. I had brought up that during the draft, the Hail Core was as little as 12 points between like Vanillux and Arctozolt. So I think he made up for his Ice weakness pretty good there. But like you said, if he brings like the Hail Core, I doubt he really wants to bring his other rock weaknesses like Tornadus.
Yeah, one thing I will say, I don't see any reliable recovery on this team at all. Tangrowth has Regenerator, but like I don't see anything with Recover, Wish, Roost, anything like that. So that could be an issue because it's something that I do and I'm familiar with, like Klefki and Mesprit both struggle to survive just being chipped down over time. And I think that overall, this team could get chipped down potentially. Not quickly, but in a longer game, it might struggle a bit.
And also, on the same line, when I looked at it, there's no ghost resist. So it's definitely a team where, like, if your opponent has a fast ghost type and, like, you let everything get chipped down, you can just get game by it.
Absolutely.
I think this team is going to rely on screens quite heavily.
Yeah.
But screens into setup is very good in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Garchomp with screen support is nice.
Exactly.
Well,
any other thoughts on this team while we're down here?
What I see.
The momentum is solid, something that I always look out for.
The momentum is good. Knockoff users are nice.
Yeah, plenty of opportunities to get into your Garchomp. I think that's important with Garchomp.
Yeah. I really like his spread on hazards, like you mentioned. He has access to everything, really.
Yeah, and I love Nidoqueen as a pick. I used that last season, and I think people underestimate how offensive it is because, you know, you're like, oh, it's Nidoqueen, it's not Nidoking. It's not nearly as offensive. It's more of a bulky Pokemon. But the bulk allows you to invest fully in offense and still take hits relatively well and just fire off super strong attacks. And I think it was one of my kill leaders last season just because the coverage is incredible and the fact that you can run it so offensively for a bulky Pokemon is really nice.
Yeah, Sheer Force plus Life Orb doesn't really matter what your stat is.
I also like that his removal is actually 2 Pokemon that I could actually see using Defog.
The one problem with that is if his opponent has a Dark type, Joe can't remove hazards because both of his Pokemon are Prankster.
That is true.
Like I don't think he has to run Prankster on the 2 Pokemon, but you really want to be running Prankster on those 2 Pokemon.
Definitely.
Now, if you're fighting like an Incineroar, you can run Defiant Tornadus.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but like, you know what I'm saying with the
it could definitely be something that comes up.
Right.
Yeah, it could be a pretty common issue, especially since Torn and Klefki aren't hitting Dark types incredibly hard.
Yeah. All right. Kamish, you have anything to say before we move on?
Oh, you're here still?
Y'all pretty... Yeah, I'm here. I was just listening, like, y'all pretty much
covered everything,
This is like everything. Yeah, y'all covered everything. I was gonna, as I was looking at the game, I was gonna mention the freeze dry weakness or just the general weakness, like a bulky water type in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Looking overall, you look at a Pokemon like, what would we do? A Lapras. Like, I don't think Lapras was drafted, but
his Keldeo.
I think it did go drafted, actually.
Keldeo's not switching to freeze dry super well, though. I do think freeze dry is very spammable against this team because
he's not gonna love Kyurem.
To resist, he's bringing his lower tiers, which I think is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kyurem will be tough for this team for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on. We don't want to spend too much time on each team.
Yeah.
But then we have the Augusta Agrons up next.
Worst team in the league.
Now, what do we think of this team? I'm gonna just let y'all talk. If y'all have any questions, go ahead.
So there's 2 Pokemon on this team that I draft a lot, and that's Weezing and Jigglypuff. And I think they're the most important Pokemon on this team because they're incredible. But no, this is another team that I think we need Ryan's opinion on because, again, the top tier Pokemon on this team is Excadrill, which is another very Ryan Pokemon.
Yeah, so X-Drill, we moved it down this season. It got drafted last season, but I don't think it's really worthy of being S tier still, especially with dropping the point value. But X-Drill, yeah, very good Pokemon. Removal in sand, it just hits like a truck. And I think Latios, that I've drafted X-Drill and Latios together before, just because Latios covers every single one of X-Drill's weaknesses. And like, it might not be a defensive Pokemon in the sense, but it's still good to have, knowing you can switch into a move that like X-Drill doesn't want to be taking.
Yeah, and I really like Gigalith as the sand setter. I think just in general, it's the best sand setter for a sand team in draft. Just personal preference. Yeah, and because like it's got the bulk that you can switch it in multiple times to set up the sand, and I know Hippo can do that too, but then you're duplicating typings with the Excadrill, which is kind of annoying to me. Yeah. And so I just think that Gigalith is my favorite overall in draft in that regard.
Yeah.
I also really like the Vaporeon on this team because it can Wish Pass into things like the Excadrill, which I think is super valuable. And big fan of the physical breakers on this team. I will say there's kind of a lack of special offense on this team. It's really just the Latios.
Yeah.
And Galvantula. And I don't think Galvantula is a very offensive Pokemon. It's really just support.
Yeah.
Which I will say, I think that's something I don't love the Galvantula pick, just because it feels like it's only there for webs. And when you're running Excadrill, you don't really need web support, just from personal experience. But I mean, it's fine. I know it's important to have an electric type on these sand teams so you can deal with those bulky waters better. So I don't think it's a horrible pick, but I think it could be a better electric type, I guess.
Yeah, I was definitely looking. Yeah, it doesn't really matter because, like I said, I was already looking at Galvantula before, but before Orbeetle got picked and Ryan defaulted to Vikavolt, I was trying to get that.
Not me. It's not my
no, it's not. Like I said, I'm not really mad. I'm just saying, like, I was looking at Vikavolt for a ground immunity, on top of, you know, it's stronger than Galvantula just naturally. It has a better move pool. It has Roost. Like I said, the ground immunity is always nice. It's just way better, but it's fine. I'll take Galvantula, but yeah, I understand. That's probably the only, like, really weak link, I'd say, on my team, but I didn't want to get Dottler, so here I am.
I will say, I think this team has by far the best hazards in the game.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, just in terms of everything that you have. Like, you have all the hazards. You've got good hazard setters, 2 toxic spikes, 1 sticky web.
Fair enough.
Like, and stealth rocks.
Yeah,
I think just overall, you can bring any hazard you want, and I think that you can reliably get them all set up pretty easily.
Yeah, you can always fit a hazard in on your team somewhere.
Yeah, that's nice.
So to my counterpoint with that, and he has good hazards, but not exactly the best in terms of hazard removal.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Worried about like stealth rocks specifically, but spikes and toxic spikes could potentially be an issue if you're running neutralizing gas wheezing instead of if you're running levitate wheezing actually instead of like neutralizing gas. You're looking at, you know, defog, which Latios is probably almost never going to use, and rapid spin, which can come but isn't exactly the most reliable on a Pokemon like Excadrill, where you're going to bring it in, try and get a kill or set up a sweep.
Yeah, it really does feel like his only hazard removal that I can see Ryan bringing is the rapid spin Excadrill, and that's definitely not something you would be bringing every week. I think his strategy is going to have to be more of either you defog for me or hazards are going up on both sides.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, I'm down with that. Right. I'll set them up. You take them down.
Also, not really the greatest priority on this team.
No priority on this team.
A big idea or big thing, but yeah, just unless you're bringing Vacuum and Heracross for a Cloyster.
Oh yeah, not much for that.
Looking at it right now, priority. The best priority on the team is Sucker Punch Galvantula, which is not a good thing.
Whew, well,
77 attack.
It wouldn't be a team for me if it didn't have its weaknesses, that's for sure.
But you always have priority. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. I used to be priority of the team.
I think my biggest complaint with this team, and it's just a common thing with sand teams, I think, is the lack of special offense. It means that burns can be really annoying for this team to deal with. It means that, you know, if they have something that's a very good physical wall, then it can be a lot more difficult to break, I think.
You didn't know what to do.
I would say Zarude's kind of nice for the burn thing, because
Exactly.
like a lot of ghosts have Will-O-Wisp.
I was gonna say Heracross because
And that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I would.
Zarude coming in.
And
using-
Vaporeon is also a reliable heal bell Pokemon, so like
Mhm.
I don't think Will-O-Wisp is the biggest issue, but if you're not expecting it, I think it could be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I have to take that into account for sure.
But I do love Jigglypuff and Weezing. They're some of my favorite low tier
Yeah,
options.
I love
Weezing's
Weezing.
all you. And Jigglypuff isn't a Pokemon you're bringing in a lot, but if you're fighting, say, a Dragapult, then it's very good. And it's a very solid, just Rock, Swish, Teleport, and Knockoff or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a
Exactly.
good utility Pokemon.
Yeah, it really
Although you
does
have to
punish
run-
those
You
switches.
do have to run Friend Guard if you're going for the Teleport, which is unfortunate, but
Oh.
it happens.
I mean, what's competitive Jigglypuff doing with knockoff?
Ice Beaming.
Okay,
dangerous.
that was
That's not-
that was one time.
One time.
And it's the only time I ran competitive.
It's true.
I guess this might be a little late, but did we want to give rankings or no? Like 1 through 10?
Nah.
No? Okay.
Nah.
I'm fine with that.
This one would be like a 3 though, if we were.
I'm fine with
I
that.
think it's a little generous.
I'm fine with that.
Hey,
No,
I
yeah.
do like the game.
Yeah,
I
I
do
wanted to
like
resurrect
it.
Sand and
I do.
yeah,
You only drafted 2 Sandmons,
exactly.
which is honestly totally fine.
Yep.
But it does mean that your team could get chipped down quite a bit
Yeah.
just with the sand, because you don't even have any other sand immunities on the team besides
Yeah,
the sand.
like sand chip, very little hazard removal. Like you could.
Well, it's
definitely-
something like Heracross with a burn and sand could get chipped down
Yeah.
super fast.
Yeah, I guess I just didn't want to do the full like hard commit to Sand because
Yeah.
a lot of those hard Sand teams I do see a lot of shared weaknesses. Like
Yup.
even
That's the
more
fun
so.
part.
And with a really good wish support Pokemon like Vaporeon, where you can wish and flip turn out, I think that's something that you can mitigate pretty well.
Yeah, exactly. So I couldn't hard commit. Dracozolt would have been a lot of points, but I think overall Latios is just better paired with
That's right,
Excadrill.
True.
With Excadrill, I definitely say if I wasn't getting Excadrill, Zolt was definitely like my next choice as far as like a sand Pokemon.
And if you had Dracozolt over Latios, you would have 0 special offense, which would not be ideal.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
run special Dracozolt. Get Meteor Beam.
Yep, but I
Stop
like it.
We don't run Dracozolt.
Yeah, I've been running like a few little mock battles with this team, and I'm already feeling some of those weaknesses, like the Scald weakness, Freeze Dry weakness is okay. Vaporeon doesn't care too much because it's like a special monster.
Yeah.
Zarude and Heracross are status absorbers. Zarude less so.
Just
Obviously.
have the stun.
Right. Or just right. Or use the jungle healing, but
Well, on this team, Jungle Healing is better than Synthesis, because
That's
Synthesis only
true.
heals 25% in the sand anyways.
that is very, very, very true.
Set up stun.
Yeah. But I
We up hard then.
They would never expect Solar Beam Gigalith.
there's a good reason for that. I'm doing like 30% to a Quagsire. Get out of here. But no, I love Weezing. Weezing is definitely another one of those value mons. You always want to look for it. Don't lay down in the lower tiers. It's so good. All good abilities, really. You don't really use Stench, but the other two are fantastic. It's a great
Yeah.
disruption Pokemon. I love the options it gets, like Memento, Taunt, so it can't get set up on Will-O-Wisp, Sledge Bomb, Flamethrower for the Steel
Mhm.
types. It's nice.
I will say the reason that I think Weezing is always lower tier is because it's a grounded poison that is never
Yeah.
actually a grounded poison.
Right.
And so it's not reliable removing toxic spikes, but it's good at setting them up. And if you're very scared of toxic spikes, you can still run neutralizing gas.
Yeah, if you
I'm
see it
gonna
coming.
need you to look in Devincorp for me real quick.
Are you making this work?
Huh? No.
Okay, well, yeah.
Gigalith can Oko Quagsire with Solar Beam. Just let it be known.
It's only a 6% chance.
6.3% chance, but that's not
It's
zero.
only a
Zero
6% chance.
defense and 0 HP.
It's
Quagsire.
only a
For
6%
that
chance.
fast offensive Quagsire.
Oh, I didn't even notice it was no HP and no. Oh,
Not.
that's disgusting.
Not
Yeah,
important, not important.
It's 252.4.
Oh, I wasn't. I don't know what
Anyways,
Right. All right, moving on.
yeah.
Unless
Next team.
anyone has something else to say.
I think
Yeah.
What do you think of
We
Vegas
spent a
Aggro?
long time on that one.
Yeah, we're
But,
gonna need to speed up. Bad Lombres.
Oh, I'm not speeding up.
Guess we're not getting Anthony's opinion there.
No, it's fine. Oh wait,
No, it's fine. Okay.
Ouch. I wanted to hear his opinion. but
Anthony,
fine,
go
we'll move
for
on
it.
to the-
Go for it.
His team is trash. No, his team is trash. If my opinion doesn't matter.
Wow. Okay. Anyways, moving
See?
on.
So with the bad Lombres, it's a team that I feel like I don't love the team, but I don't know why. Because it checks off every box, I feel like. Like, it has the bulky
Right.
pivots, it has the frail, fast offense, but just something feels off about it.
I think
That's
what it
weird,
is,
isn't it?
the first thing that stuck out to me, but
It dies to stealth rocks.
Yeah.
he has Corviknight
Yes,
though.
yeah, when you have Corviknight, you don't really have to draft any other hazard removal if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
But-
still gets a boost.
Yeah.
Boots will
But
primarily.
boots are always going to be. Yeah, I guess Dragonite and Weavile both really want boots, though. Now that I
Yeah.
look at it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, paired with the
And with-
Corv, I'd probably
yeah.
go.
I agree with Anthony. Maybe that's the problem, is that his first
They're
Four
fighting over the
Pokemon.
boots.
have 0 resistances and 3 weaknesses to rocks.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that sticks out to me here is like if you're fighting an ice type that's gonna hit you really hard, like you're not gonna have very good switch into that. Cause like
Yeah, the Ice Resistor, Blacephalon, Weavile.
yeah, like
That's one.
Corviknight still can switch into an ice type, but if something like Kyurem firing Ice Beam off at you,
Yeah,
you're not
Corviknight
doing
doesn't have
well.
great special defense, so Ice Beams are not fun for this team at all. Sylveon's probably the best switch into Ice Beams, honestly, on this team.
Yeah,
Unless
Yeah.
you want to run Pilot.
Yep.
yeah,
And
for
Kane
sure.
knows how to use Sylveon. He was talking about that in his draft video.
Uh-huh. He does also have 3 NFEs, but only 2 of them really use Eviolite, so I don't think that's too big an issue either.
Yeah.
Yeah, well he's only like he's ever gonna bring Electabuzz and Kadabra.
Yeah, the Kadabra is definitely just feels like a
No, Kadabra's a
slip up
good
or something.
1 or 2 point Pokemon. I don't remember if it was 1 or 2 points, but I think that's a really good option because it's very strong for its price. And Magic Guard, Focus Sash means you can always get hits off. I think it's a really solid low tier Pokemon. And like, I think this team has very good walls in the Corviknight Sylveon core. I think that's really, really solid because Corviknight takes those poison moves
Yeah.
and those steel moves really well.
Mm-hmm.
Seismitoad pairs well with the Corviknight as well. But I think this team is very limited in that you know which Pokemon are going to be offensive and which ones are going to be defensive, and there's not a whole lot of room for variation on any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Virizion can be mixed, but that's about it.
Yeah, but Virizian's not the greatest Pokemon.
Cursed
Yeah,
Piloswine.
You can see mixing people up, or Corviknight being like a setup variant, or Sylveon being a setup variant, but like
Yeah.
Weavile, Blacephalon, you know what they're going to do. Dragonite, it's probably going to want to set up and or roost to get back to multi-scale, but like you generally know what everything is going to be doing on any given week.
Yeah,
This is a team, at least in my opinion, this is a team, another team that doesn't want to necessarily face a bulky water.
Uh-huh.
Like, if Seismitoad
Yeah, I don't
wasn't
disagree
on
with that
his
at
team-
all.
If
Mm-mm.
Seismitoad wasn't on his team, a bulky water, and this is, looking, Virizion included, but most bulky waters, you're going to have Ice Beam or something like that.
Yeah, when your
Yeah,
best breaker for ice types is Virizion, or for water types is Virizion, that's not great.
Right. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
curious. I
Because
don't know-
everyone does have that bulky water on their team.
Yeah, and
Right.
anything
also
with
do
freeze
think that,
dry
like,
is gonna
they
take Seismitoad down.
Because yeah, their only hazard setter is really Seismitoad. Like, if Piloswine comes, sure, it'll have Stealth Rocks probably, but Seismitoad is the only Pokemon I see coming regularly that can set hazards.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was gonna
Any-
say that.
And he only has rocks. Like Toxic
Yeah,
Spikes
yeah.
isn't coming.
Yeah.
But onto the good things about the team.
It's very threatening offensively.
Yeah, like just slap a band on Weavile, slap a choice specs and Blacephalon, you're just gonna be blowing stuff up.
It's scary
Yeah,
as hell.
I'm not a huge fan of Blacephalon, but I think Dragonite is very, very good. I've heard people say that it doesn't deserve the S tier, but I think it definitely does, just because it's so easy for it to set up.
Yeah.
But it's one of the few Pokemon that can run Dragon Dance and Roost on the same set and run bulky setup. And I think that's a really good thing for it as well.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure. It's a very good Pokemon. Boots really buffed it up. Do we have anything else to say?
I hate Seismitoad. About it.
I think Seismitoad's a good Pokemon. It's not fun to use, but it's a good Pokemon.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah, I think this team is very, very solid. It's just not doing great in the hazards department, especially for having a Corviknight. It's not great at removing hazards. It's not good at setting them up either.
Yeah. As
And
knockoff
like,
switch-ins are going to be... So we
But
pretty much know
offensively,
Sylveon Verizion's coming every week.
Yeah, offensive and defensively, I think it's really good. It's just the in-between that I think could be problematic.
For sure. I don't really like it. Like, I know Kadabra can be useful for the Focus Sash Magic Guard, but other than that, it just really feels like Blacephalon and Kadabra are really just the same Pokemon, except Blacephalon's stronger and can end up sweeping a whole team.
And is fire and ghost type.
And weak to rocks. Don't get me wrong. All right.
Yeah, one of them can switch in on rock safely.
That is true. That is true.
One of them
Not
has...
the Blacephalon.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna say one of them has 30 defense, but Blacephalon's not
Yep.
really beating that much.
Yeah, no, neither one's taking a physical hit.
Yeah, but I can't knock Kane's team for any for all the ice weaknesses when he drafted the best defogger. So I guess he said I'm running defog every week.
Yeah, you know, yeah, Corviknight feels like it has to come to every single battle on this team.
For sure.
Probably will.
All right, move on.
Guess so.
Ooh.
All right, next up we have Bofidis, Nuzleafs,
God,
Right.
this team.
and Brooks.
Love this team. This
This
is a
team
fun
is
team.
gross.
He's very top heavy, just in the sense that his bottom three Pokemon are basically useless on the team.
Yeah,
But everything else is great. I love this team.
pretty much. Yeah, it's nice.
Ferropex is such a nasty team
Yeah,
toward
that's all
in general.
Yeah, I recently helped Brooks mock, and Pex Pharaoh is just annoying to try to break through.
Yeah.
And then a side of Buzzwole too, if you feeling some
Yeah,
more
I
of
do
that.
think that Buzzwole feels a little bit odd on this team, just because his team already, like, his only flying switch in is Thunderous, which isn't great.
Yeah,
But like, I feel like drafting Buzzwole, you know that flying type moves are going to come, and your team didn't like flying type moves to begin with.
yeah. Well, Buzzwole does give him a tried and true ground resist aside from Thunderous. Like, I know
That's
Thunderous
fair.
is an immunity. But other than
I
that,
feel like-
ground is kind of spammable. Was.
But yeah, between Ferropex, this team is very hard to break.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are going to have to run Taunt, but with stuff like the Dragapult running around, it's not that simple.
Mhm.
I do think Taunt is very scary for this team with things like Comfey, Pex, Pharaoh,
Yeah.
and even
Yeah,
like
and-
Swampert.
Like, he does have those two things, but, like, he doesn't... With those two being used so much, he doesn't have a great way to get Dragapult in safely. Like,
Yeah,
Swampert
I
can
do
pivot,
think
Thunderous can pivot, but that's about it.
Dragapult is one of the Pokemon that takes advantage of hazards super well, and Toxic Spikes, Stealth Rocks going up is really nice. Problem is, those are Pex, Pharaoh are really his only setters besides the Swampert.
Yeah.
And
I guess,
also, the two bulky waters. Like, I feel like Swampert doesn't come very often on this team.
no.
No. Not at
Because,
all.
like,
I
the
mean-
one thing it has over Pex is the electric immunity, but you have a Ferrothorn.
Well, that's Stealth Rocks.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Ferrothorn.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, just
Between Ferrothorn and Pex, I feel like Swampert is kind of
the rest of the
not-
team just so bad.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, the rest of the
The team-
team's kind of rough.
I do love
okay.
Comfey. I think Comfey is a really good value fairy.
Yeah, I was looking at Comfey too as well. I like it. Linoon Galar, I mean, it's usable.
It's a Pokemon you bring once or twice a season, but one of those times is when you face Dragapult, and he has Dragapult.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
that's very true.
No one drafted it, but he faced Spectre.
Yeah, that's tough.
I think Brooks has plenty of Pokemon that he's not going to be having an issue. I think his top 7 are good enough.
Yeah.
Like, you can bring the 7, and then say you face Rain, you can bring Ludicolo, and it's going to be great. Say you face Spectre, and Lightning will be great. I don't know what Mr. Mime's there for. I think he just didn't have any points in hazard removal, I guess.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Like with the Eviolite, do you really want that?
Yeah.
I will
You can wear boots. It's still pretty fast.
That's fair.
Plenty of priority. You're not sweeping Brooks' team.
I want to give Swampert a little bit of credit, and pretty much just the one thing is that it is his only slow momentum.
True.
I feel like, I mean, I don't know exactly how he's played out, but be able to have that slow flip turn as opposed to everything else in his team with momentum.
Yeah, he has a lot more fast momentum than slow
Right.
momentum.
How do you have Fairthorn Pex and your average speed is above 80?
So that happens when you draft Pole.
Yeah. Thunderous makes up to it as well.
It definitely could be a situation where he gets stuck with his defensive Pokemon on the field,
Yeah.
and you're kind of just sitting there trying to like leech seed his opponent down. But if they bring, substitute, taunt, those moves can be very problematic, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be just hard to get Dragapult in to kill stuff. Like,
Yeah.
back him on to get it in.
Yeah, and speaking from experience, go ahead, Matt.
Go ahead.
No, go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say, I think Buzzwole is gonna be really good at that because I think he's gonna be bringing Buzzwole offensively a lot, just because he does lack a little bit of offense. But Buzzwole does have really good offense, and it's fat enough that it can take hits and dish out really strong moves.
Yeah, and with Roost, it's nice too. Because
Yeah,
they
exactly.
come in, Roost off, get a hit off.
Yeah.
And speaking from experience, I think when people draft Dragapult for the first time, they really want to keep it safe because they want it to live up to that hype and get all those kills. I know I tried to as well, and it looks like he definitely made his team fatter in the next 4 he drafted after Dragapult there. So I don't know. I just hope Brooks doesn't fall into that trap of keeping Pult in the back.
I do think Polt is gonna have to get a lot of KOs for
Yeah.
this team, just in general.
For sure.
Yeah.
I will say,
Yeah.
I think Comfey is great on this team just because there are a lot of Pokemon that discourage Steel types from showing up, and that's what Comfey really struggles with.
Yeah, I definitely get a lot of that now that you mention it. That's really nice. All right.
I gotta say it. Seems pretty freeze dry week. That's it. Okay.
Fair enough.
That's
Fair
just what
enough.
happens when you draft a team that has a good Steel type. or
Yeah, I
Steel
gotta say
type.
it for every team that has a steel type that doesn't resist dice.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Buzzwole is
And he
not
has the
especially
fire.
bulky at all.
Yeah, he has no freeze dry resist now that you mention it.
No.
Besides Mr. Mangalar.
That's a little
Uh,
rough.
But
Again,
also, not
And
for
he
me,
battles
Kira.
Kieran week 1, so yeah.
Ooh, that
Good luck, Rux. Good luck.
Right, that's great.
it's only 1 week. He's fine.
All right. Kamish, you have anything else to say?
No, his next opponent, or his week 1 opponent is our next coach.
Oh,
We get to talk about
great.
Kieran right now.
Great.
Let's
again.
go. Chicago Phalanx. Now, I will say I
Yeah.
built this team
No.
and held Brooks mock, and it's fun to use. I actually
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah, I bet
Um,
Victini, Rotomosh, always very fun Pokemon.
hmm
I have positives and negatives about this team. I feel like it's definitely more heavy on the offense. And you're looking at your only mainly 2 defensive Pokemon being Rotom and Registeel, which is a little concerning. Like, I mean, Rotom is fine, Registeel in the right matchup is good. But overall, I'm not liking this team. It almost kind of reminds me of my team. It's kind of like only a couple of like.
Yeah, they may have to be running that Intimidate Crocodile more than they want to.
Yeah.
Dude, this rock weakness is insane.
Kieran, Victini, Ribambi,
But-
Aerodactyl.
To be fair, you're never
It's really
bringing.
just Kieran Victini that's rock.
Yeah, like you're never bringing Boots and Rabambi or Aerodactyl.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, between those, like, his
He
two.
does have Rotom Watch, which is one of the better defoggers, but
Yeah.
it's really only that because like Aerodactyl, Ribambi aren't defoggers.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, Victini's going to get chipped down fast. Does he have any wish support on this team? I don't see any.
He also doesn't have
Parsons get Wish?
No wish.
Have a way to deal
Nope.
with
Nothing.
status either. Like, I mean,
No heal
Rabami-
bell. Oh, aromatherapy.
Rabami gets aromatherapy.
Yeah.
But no one uses aromatherapy for Bombi.
Very true. He'll probably bring something like webs or just quiver dance offense.
I think this team's really gonna rely on like choice items, because like outside of
Yeah.
the room, you don't have very much.
Yeah.
It's like immediate offense.
Besides V Create.
Well,
And also Tauros. Because Tauros is a very good look. I like his Tauros and Maractus. I think those are really good value
Yeah.
picks. Phalanx, I think he only drafted because it's the mascot. It is not a great Pokemon.
he
Like,
did ask
you
me
might
if
be able to catch someone with a no retreat at some point, but like,
he did ask me if no retreat was legal, so he does. I would assume he plans on using
He's
it.
I
bringing
think it's
it.
first impression. I like that move.
Does
Yeah,
I think so.
sure does.
kind of sad with its main or its like signature or attack, whatever. But,
Did you know that if you get hit with the move block, you can use no retreat multiple times?
Oh yeah, I did know that actually.
Yeah. So just don't bring block against this team if you're if you know it's good for you.
Or
Yeah.
do because there's Reddies too.
I do
Crocodile's
love
fun.
Maractus, but I feel like it fits more with teams that are super weak to water. And like, I know Victini, Crook are both weak to water, but you have Kyurem and Rotom Wash, so like, I don't think it's super important. But Maractus is dope. It gets spikes, so I understand why you pick it.
Yeah, Spikes, Leaf Seed. It's nice.
I will say this team is good enough at setting up hazards that it may just rely on its opponent to remove hazards for him instead of doing it himself.
Yeah.
Because like, you've got a really reliable rocker Crook, you've got a reliable web setter Bombi, Regsteel's a good rocker, like he can get hazards up pretty reliably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyurem's super fun to use. It's really strong.
Yeah, I do think the fact that Kyurem and Victini are both weak to rocks isn't good though, because
Yeah,
they
I
have
don't
Pokemon
love it.
like Victini especially really likes boots just because it's coming onto the field so often that
Uh-huh.
it can get chipped down if it's not, unless you have really good removal, which is basically just the Rotom.
I know he did get sniped on something in place of Victini. I don't remember what it was. But
Did like Volcarona go? I don't know what other.
no, it was
Fire-
Blacephalon, so that doesn't help the rock weakness.
Oh, yeah, Blacephalon. Victini is way better than Blacephalon.
But 2 points more.
And V-Create to complement the special attack in Kyurem.
Sure.
I will say he did do a good job of drafting physical and special offense and physical and special defense. It's just that it's, again, like one Pokemon that's specially offensive, one that's physically offensive, one that's physically defensive, and one that's specially defensive. So, like, I think it could be a lot worse. He has -2 to fighting types as well, looking at his
Yeah.
type chart.
Yeah, it's kind of
Rabambi and
tough.
Victini aren't really the most reliable fighting switch.
Yeah, Rabami's not a good fighting resist. So something like Urshifu kind of just smokes this team.
Oh, true.
Sounds good to me.
But he's got Phalanx. He's got Phalanx.
I don't think Phalanx enjoys any move. I don't know what its stats are, but it can't be taken that far.
It's not that great.
65 100. It's not terrible.
It can enjoy close combat.
Oh,
You
Yeah,
have
its
to be
stats
careful
are
with Crocodile,
not
though.
good.
Can't be clicking Wicked Blow all willy-nilly against this team.
Yeah.
That anger
But-
point.
to be fair, it has to be Scarf to be a threat to her.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
No, I definitely, what I see with this team is, like, you're never going to have a slow, drawn-out battle against this team. It's going to be
it's
either
gonna- it's-
Real
I
quick.
can't,
down in 10 turns.
I can't imagine it's fun to prep against this team just because Kira and Victini are terrifying
Yeah,
to prep against.
definitely. If they have the right moves, they'll smoke you.
That's why I think something like Tauros on this team is really scary because it's going to be under prepped for almost every week, and Tauros is not a Pokemon you want to under prep for.
True.
Absolutely. All right. Do we have anything else to add?
Also, you drafted multiple anger point Pokemon, which is just something I wanted to throw out there.
So
Yeah.
I've got a question now.
Yeah.
So with Victini's Victory Star, wait, does Kyurem get Blizzard? Because I'm just thinking that 10% boost in accuracy helps with Blizzard, helps with Stone Edge.
This isn't doubles,
Yeah.
so
I was
Victini is the only one that has the boost.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, so like it has
Oh,
more
our
accurate
commissioner
focus.
has
It
lost his
increases,
mind. All right.
it increases Victini's accuracy by 10%, I believe. So like,
I didn't even realize it helped your allies.
I think that well, because it's not legal for BGC,
Yeah.
but I think it has
makes
like
sense.
focus blast is 77% accurate or something like that, or like blue flares.
Blue flare is really nice.
80% accurate.
93, I think we said.
Yeah, 93.5.
Yeah. So like it's still useful for big team, but yeah, it's not gonna help the Pokemon back. When it says allies, for future reference, it's Pokemon next to you on the field.
Yeah. Also, even if it worked that way, you're not running Blizzard on Kyurem.
Yeah, freeze dry's the best.
Yep, it's definitely the most reliable move to lock into with Kyurem. All right, next
We got
up,
the great team up next.
we got Kolsak, a
Kolsak.
newcomer.
This is one of the two teams that left a ton of points on the board. I'm gonna preface with that.
Yeah.
Really?
They
How
didn't
many
draft
points did he
A
have?
or a B. I think this team had like 12 points left over.
Oh my, that is
33.
that's a whole nother
29.
Pokemon.
No, I think it was Josh that had 27 points left over.
No, this one had 29 left. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, okay.
Somebody left 27 points on the board.
We had two teams leave over 25 points then, I guess.
I mean, to be
Oh,
fair, he doesn't have anything above.
Yeah, he doesn't have an S or an A tier Pokemon on this team.
I
So,
hope he knows he can't change that until week 3.
Immediately, like, probably my biggest concern, aside from, my biggest concern is the 1, 2, 3 Pokemon that definitely need an Eviolite.
I was gonna say the dueling weather, but I guess that too.
Dueling weather with no abusers.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, this man got
Yes,
Appleton
yes,
and
yes.
Flapple?
Yeah.
Yes, Umbreon and Espeon, they're both Moonlight Pokemon.
Dude.
That's better with Sun.
This man is trolling hard. I
Oh, I
love
guess
it.
Hydration Gudra.
No, you can tell this man is friends with Lincoln. I'll say that.
This
Yeah.
guy is
Oh, absolutely.
trolling
I
hard.
still think it's Lincoln's alternate account, just based on this team.
I think I got Umbreon, Espeon, and the 2 apples.
Yeah,
Like,
He knows what he wants.
Two pairs together.
yeah.
He's got a theme going for sure. And also, Politoed does have a weather abuser with Gudra.
Yeah,
Hydration.
hydration. Yeah, I did say that.
Yeah, the fat on this team is actually disgusting.
Yeah, but like the offense is non-existent.
Non-existent now. It's
Yeah.
it's good.
Flapple Espeon.
And I can hardly imagine Clefairy or Golbat ever comes when you have Corsola Galar as your best Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you scroll down a little bit? I want to
Oh
see his
yeah, I
average.
got you.
Just
Oh
to
yeah,
see
the
his
averages.
Yeah. Because I can't imagine they're great.
96 for def.
Yeah,
Jeez,
76
that's-
attack is not a great average attack stat.
No,
86 special.
that is crazy. Oh, that's
That's kinda just-
horrible.
Ooh. He has no flying resist. and
This
both
man
of the-
gets destroyed by Dragon, Fairy, Flying, Ghost.
Nice.
Oh,
Four
Umbreon.
apples.
Umbreon's good.
Yeah, Umbreon can take all those as long as they're special.
No rock resist.
Oh, not fairy.
Hey.
Oh yeah, that's not great either. Yeah.
And his
Magic
only
Bounce is very important for this team.
his only defogger is Golbat. Oh boy.
Oh
You were
god.
saying that he might not be bringing his NFEs besides Corsola, but looking at it now.
Yeah, I could say Boots Golbat now. But
Clefairy
yeah.
does everything on this team. Wow.
the fairy.
Well, that's-
Insane.
Fairy has a good move set. That doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's good at those things.
No, yeah, right. It's not a Jigglypuff.
Yeah,
Come on.
exactly.
I'm pretty sure Jigglypuff gets all those moves too, minus soft boy.
Exactly.
I do think this. I have a feeling this guy is gonna play like Lincoln, if I had to guess.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
You know, Leech Seed Recover Appleton type deal.
Yeah.
So I think this team can be very successful with like the stall sets and that type of stuff. But Taunt is going to be a pain, which is why I think Espeon is a good pick for this team because you can Magic Bounce those Taunts back.
Yeah.
But Taunt does shut down a lot of this team.
Also, very, very toxic weak. Like, he has a ton of heal bell, but, like, again,
Yeah.
like I said, if you have taunt to shut down the heal bell from Umbreon.
Yup. I think Clef and Espeon are the only two that are immune besides like Golbat.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a very passive team, which can work, but it's kind of predictable.
Yeah.
Which is why I think Flapple could be great if he does bring like Dragon Dance hustle sets every once in a while.
Yeah, I like how the two outliers, Flapple and Ninetales, just the setup mon tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't know if I'd qualify.
And Espeon is an offensive Pokemon.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it is definitely.
This team does have quite a bit of setup now that I look at it. Not like insane, but like
Acid Armor Gudra,
Iron Defense Appleton, Acid Armor Gudra,
Meteor Beam Corsola.
Belly Drum Politoed.
Belly drum Polytone
Exactly.
for sure.
Okay, next team.
Yeah, thanks. I was waiting. All
Yeah,
right.
it's tough.
The
Wait,
College Station Good Pull and the return of Mario.
The other Sand team.
The other
Ew.
Sand.
I don't,
The other Sand team that also only has 2 Sand Pokemon.
I don't like any
Yep.
2 of my Pokemon on a team with these idiots.
Yep. Me and Mario were colluding the entire draft.
The Sand Shedinja.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
Wait, the Sand Shedinja.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Hats off to my
Yeah, it
man.
makes me think the Shedinja probably won't be coming very often.
No, absolutely not.
One thing I do like on this team is the Indeedee. I think it pairs really well with like Dracovish, Zeraora, which are generally going to be moving first. And priority can be very annoying for them.
Absolutely.
Along with something like Chandelure, which likes to be scarfed quite often.
Definitely.
So,
Sucker Punch isn't super loved.
yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Sucker Punch and knockoff outside of Tyranitar and Togekiss is not very fun against.
He's
them.
an
I mean,
Indeedee.
Sucker Punch isn't a big issue if you have Indeedee.
Yeah, what?
But that's what I was saying.
But
That's what we
knockoff-
were saying is like that's a good thing.
I guess Togekiss is also a Dark Resist.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
don't really want to lose your boots on Togekiss.
Yeah. I will say I don't love T-Tar as a Sand Diffuser or as a Sand Setter
Fair enough.
personally because it likes to do more than that. If you're using all those points on T-Tar, you want to be using things like Dragon Dance and Choice Band and stuff that you're not switching
Yeah.
out on.
Smooth
why
Rock
I
is
like
definitely a waste.
Well, which is why I like it with only Dracovish as an abuser, because it means you aren't relying on T-Tar as a sand setter, because you only have one Pokemon that even takes advantage of the sand.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody wants to go full weather after seeing what Malium did last season.
I will say this is another team that doesn't have great hazards. It's just T-Tar and Bronzong, which are good rock setters, but beyond that, it's just Garbodor to set hazards. So, like,
Ew.
you can generally count on this team only bringing rocks as hazards on this
Yeah.
team.
At the same time, this team is kind of weak to rocks. It's not weak to rocks, but it doesn't necessarily like rocks.
Yeah,
I
rocks
agree
chip
with
down
that.
everything pretty
Yeah.
consistently.
Yeah.
And you're never going to be running boots on Chandelure.
Right.
Yeah,
Of course.
What's his removal? Is it? Yeah, Togekiss
Just-
is the only removal because Eldegoss is not a good Pokemon.
It's
It's a
good
Pokemon that you
Unite.
should,
Or
you
Eldegoss.
should. I love Eldegoss and Unite, but like when you only get grass moves, you're very hard to be useful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that his hazards are limited in
Yeah.
terms of half of them being on Garbodor.
I think this is one of the teams where I think his lower tiers are very underwhelming. I think he could have gotten better options for his lower tiers, but his top tiers I think are very, very solid.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the best momentum. Like he's got, baton pass and full switch, but that's
Yeah, his momentum is kind of cheeks because it's on Eldegoss.
Wait, indeed he hits with Baton Pass? I really need to.
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder where his win con is other than fish.
Yeah, Zeraora is a great Pokemon. I think that'll help this team a lot.
Yeah.
The speed is really nice as well. And I think he has really good speed tiers overall, just looking at it like an eyeball test.
I agree.
Because
Yeah.
he does have Bronzong on the team to help with the slow teams.
I do think he'll have kind of a hard time switching into ground types if they can hit like Bronzong. Because like obviously
His
ground type.
doesn't switch into ground moves.
Yeah. Because like what stops Zeraora from pivoting a ground type? So,
Yeah.
like if they can hit Togekiss and they can hit Bronzong, you might have a hard time against them. But that's
Yeah, that's what Shedinja's for.
Exactly.
don't got much else. Might struggle
Alright.
against a water ground with water absorb.
Fair enough.
Well, that's just oh yeah, that's the one thing that Dracovish teams have to account for is
Yeah.
water absorption. You gotta have a way to destroy it. Zeraora can generally do it, but a lot of those water absorb Pokemon are also ground types. You're gonna be running
Yeah.
grass Zeraora more than you'd like.
Mm.
Yeah. Indeed, he gets Energy Ball.
That is Chandelure.
Yeah, but Chandelure, yeah.
Maybe he will be bringing Eldegoss more than he'd like.
Yeah, maybe he would.
Nah.
I'm pretty sure
Alright.
Gastro went undrafted.
Anthony, you got
That's
anything else, buddy?
But Quagsire was drafted. I know that.
Yeah, Lincoln.
Like overall, I like the team, but I do think it's top heavy. It's not bad. I'm curious because I haven't seen Mario battle in a while, so I'm just
Yeah.
how he does it, how he plays the team.
Yeah, I
agree.
think his top 7 is really good. It's just the bottom 3 that I think could have been way better. And I understand the Garbodor because he didn't have any hazards, and I understand the Eldegoss doesn't have any hazard removal, but those mons aren't great at doing the one thing you drafted them for, I think.
All right.
Oh God, not this team.
Next up, we have the Delaware Dittos, and I'm just saying, this team is actually garbage.
Oh, I had to prep for this team week 1, and my thoughts about it were there's no, like, I don't know why, but this team doesn't feel like he used all of his points because there's no, like, star Pokemon,
Yeah,
but also every single Pokemon on the team is good and you can bring it on any given week.
very true.
Like, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 C tier Pokemon.
Maybe on Sneasel.
Yeah, I don't know about
No.
that Sneasel.
I lost to the Sneasel in the ASL playoffs. That thing's
Ooh.
broken when it can do it, Max.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't the Magneton at all.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna preface this by saying I got sniped a ton in that draft. So this is what I managed to pull together
Yeah.
with all that stuff.
Hey, I love Caesar. I used that last
Yeah.
season. It's an incredible Pokemon.
Yep.
I brought it defensive every single week. It doesn't need to be defensive every single week, and it probably won't be for you just because you don't have a ton of physical offense on the team. But Caesar can more than handle the, Swords Dance bullet punch set if it needs to.
Yeah, no, I had recently drafted that and used that in another league. It was my kill leader. Sorry, Dragapult. But, so I heavily prioritized getting that over my dragon, which was going to be Kyurem, but
You do have your only rock resist is Golurk, I
Yeah.
believe,
yeah, it is.
which isn't ideal. But you aren't particularly weak to rock either.
Yeah.
Only, stupid Articuno. And, Vikavolt.
Sneasel.
And Sneasel.
I'm not
Yeah.
brain Sneasel.
Sneasel's not taking a neutral hit anyways.
The fake mon. Your
I think
item
what-
removal is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
I'll
knockoff.
never really
removals.
knock off Nihilego.
Yeah.
It's usable. I saw someone use it recently.
What I like most about the team and like just my favorite types of Pokemon in general are something that you can either bring offensive or defensive in any given week, and your opponent won't
Yeah.
know.
Very Caesar
For sure.
Blastoise.
Yeah,
Vibe.
Definitely.
Dragon gets roost.
Vikavolt, Sarina, like
Yeah. Well, okay. Serena's not offensive. It's
it has 120 attack.
Dude, I will
yeah, but
say,
it's a pure grass type.
That's fair.
dude, that thing was
Yeah,
that thing 2-hit KO'd Clefable for me week 1 last season.
Yeah, because Clefable has awful stats. That's not
Yeah.
the point of Clefable.
But still, 120 base attack with that power whip. If you don't resist,
saying-
that's a good chunk.
I'm just saying a lot of things resist Serena. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's
Really-
good support.
I don't really like my hazards all that much. Like it's pretty much just Nihilego and Golurk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sticky webs, but
Hey, you have sticky webs. That's nice for your team.
yeah. But besides that, I don't really.
But you have good hazard removal in Caesar, Blastoise, Serena. So, like, I think it balances out.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
If
Yeah.
I can't have them, no one can.
Well, you also have 2 of the better rapid spin Pokemon in the draft, which is really nice because when you do get hazards up, you aren't removing your own hazards with Defog.
Hey, you guys battle it out week 1. That's gonna be insane.
Yup.
Good that
I've been praying for a little bit. His team doesn't appreciate Heatran is something I've noticed. I'll tell you that right now. He's got lots of Pokemon that can't hit Heatran very.
Yeah. If only Nihilego got Earth Power.
That'd be broken, and I'm glad it doesn't. Bring back Hidden Power, am I right?
Yeah. No, I think
Yeah,
like
jeez.
I think this is honestly one of my favorite teams ever drafted, just because of the
Really?
fact of
It doesn't feel like a Rhine team to me. I don't know why.
yeah.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
because you drafted
Well,
Galarian
it's
Arch.
usually because I always have like that one standout offensive Pokemon, that one standout defensive Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah.
But Malium decided to ruin my dreams.
You've got good momentum too on this team. I like the momentum a lot.
Very
Yeah.
good
With
momentum.
Hydreigon, Caesar, Blastoise, Articuno, Vikavolt.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I believe in this team.
It could.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be good, but it could also turn out terrible. So
Yeah.
who knows?
It's a test because you don't have that one broken Pokemon on your team.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be fine. Anyway.
3
Moving
out of
on
10.
to the
Not doing anything else.
returning champion of the SPC.
Worst team in the league.
I generally have no idea how the season is going to go
This is
because
the
it's a team.
scariest
My team. I'm going to describe it as this. It's a team that I feel like I've seen a lot of people do well with, but I have zero experience with any of these Pokemon, and the ones that I do, I have no confidence in myself using them. So it's like, I feel like I have a good team, but it doesn't feel like one that I'm comfortable with.
How'd you get away with drafting 3 S tiers?
It's because I drafted 5 D tiers in the middle rounds.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, there's teams with no S tiers, and I got away with 3 of them.
So the team, has no lantern, and while I'm happy about
Okay.
That's
Gonna
why I'm
fit you.
worried. I don't have a lantern. That's the problem with this team.
Yeah, I'm at only Thwacky and Torn for ground types, really. I'd switch
Yeah, my
into
team
them.
does not like ground types, which is why I think I may be stuck bringing Thwacky more than I'd like to.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because grassy terrain feels very important for this team.
But, you know, Thwacky is a very fun Pokemon, so.
Yeah, no, I love Thwacky. He's a good boy. Looking at that top row, I don't have a whole lot of hazard
Yikes.
setters, removers, or clerics.
This has all the trademarks of just a fun mat team.
My hazards are not good at all. It's just Heatran.
Yikes.
But to be fair, Heatran is one of the best stealth rock setters in the game.
I haven't even done prep yet, so that's hilarious to me.
you've got a good priority though.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna trick everyone because everyone's like, oh, I don't need boots against this team, but I'm gonna get rocks up because it's Heatran.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, if you're bringing removal against me, there's a 90% chance you're wasting it because it's not gonna be needed.
What?
I think that one of the strengths of this team is the type synergy beyond the ground weakness because I drafted a ton of Pokemon weak to ground. But like, I think like Heatran, Zygarde complement each other really, really well.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I tried to build around them.
Although I will say, like, a lot of water types get Ice Beam.
Yeah,
So,
if,
That's true.
if you have a
That's what we got.
bulky water,
But yeah, you have Slowbro for that, so.
yeah, if you have like a water ground that doesn't care about Slowbro, that could be very problematic for your team.
Hey, I have a Thwacky. I have a grass type.
Yeah, there's not any water
Yeah,
ground.
no, I don't have very good answers to the water ground types. I'll give you that. It's gonna be grass, not torn.
Hey, I
Solar
mean,
beam. Heatran.
Choice
Solar Beam.
Banded Zygarde will hit them really, really hard on the Switch.
True, but you know me. I'm a big fan of the setup, the Dragon Dance.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I just
true.
love.
It can be whatever.
My other goal for this season is to use Land's Wrath and Thousand Waves on Zygarde just because I don't know what the animations look like and I want to see them.
I think
Fair
I've seen
enough.
1,000 Waves before.
Thousand Waves does have like some application because
Wait,
it
it
traps the user, but
Zygarde
Land's
has
Wrath
4
is just
unique
worse
moves.
Earthquake. What was that?
Zygarde has 4 unique moves.
Mm-hmm. So
Those
many.
are the 3 that I can think of. What's the other one?
Core
Core
Enforcer.
Enforcer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Core Enforcer. I found out recently that Core Enforcer only works if you move after the target,
Yeah.
which kind of sucks.
Such a
Like,
bad
why'd they have
move.
to specify that? It's already not very
On
good.
his Zygarde, especially.
Yeah.
Anthony, do you want to talk crap about this team real quick?
Well, I don't have to battle this team, so there's no reason for me to talk crap about it
Until playoffs.
until playoffs if I make it.
Also, Mr. Mime is my boy, and I love him. Granted, I've only used him in a tier 3 and lower league, but I really like him. The one problem is he's a fairy that doesn't switch into dark types, so my team does not love dark types.
Yeah, you got Drapion, Girder.
My 2 dark type resists are Drapion and Girder, which are
Yeah, you
not
don't
the
really
best
have-
Pokemon.
You don't really have a lot for knockoff if Drapion goes down.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
I may be running Colbur Slowbro more than I'd like.
Yeah, I did find with
sure.
Slow King that like it's a good knockoff switch in if
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
have an item. Not good, but better than nothing.
I will say I only have one rock weakness on the team, so it's very easy for me to slap boots on Torn if I need to, which is nice because of my lack of hazard removal.
Yeah.
I think it's funny how, like, a million leagues ago you said you wanted Explode, and this is the first time I've seen you draft it.
Oh, I'm so excited to have X-Blood. Like, it was not a good pick synergy-wise for my team, but, like, I just think it's a funny Pokemon that no one ever drafts, and yet every time I do see it drafted in prep, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
You're like, what's my specs Boomburst switching in? There is none. Like
a steel type.
no one pays attention to the fact that it's low and frail, but if it hits you.
Yeah. Like, I'm scared of it because Scizor. Oh, I can switch Scizor into a Boomburst and get Flamethrower right in the
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it gets stupid coverage. The one thing is that it is just slow and frail. Like,
Yeah.
I
Does
don't
it
think
get
it's a
like
very
Dark Pulse?
like there's a reason it's C tier, but I love the Pokemon. They're just nukes, and I think it's a very fun one to have on this team. Because
Yeah.
beyond that, my only real nuke is Zygarde, and that usually needs setup to actually
Oh
start.
crap! I thought Cofagrigus was safe, but you have Scrappy.
Yeah, no, Scrappy Boomburst
Oh
is broken.
no. Okay. All right. I'm started looking at this team. I don't like it. To be honest.
3 out of 10.
Yeah, 3 out of 10.
Oh, well, speaking of teams you're not going to like.
The Jamaican Jolteons. Why
This
all
team
the
isn't as toxic as his teams in the
That's
past.
what you think.
It's
Why?
pretty
Wait.
bad.
Are you saying that because he's a Grimmstar on a Pincurchin?
It's
I'm just
scary.
saying because his recovery is Clef, Arcanine, Quag.
What? Where is
Like,
his
like,
water?
He has
Where's his
Quag.
Rainmon? Where's his Rainmon for his Kingdra?
He doesn't have one.
Yeah, I don't know what Kingdra's like. I don't know if he's aware that we don't have Dynamax in this league.
Oh, that's true.
You might want to tell him.
No, Lincoln and I have been talking a lot over the past few days or so, or really over the past like couple of weeks. And
Yeah, I get it. You convinced him to run Dragon Dance Sniper Kingdra.
no,
I got something to get.
no, but okay, he has come.
Also, just throwing this out there, he has 3 Pokemon that are 4 times weak to Freeze Dry, which is kind of funny to me.
Yeah, but how many people have freeze dry?
Kirim.
Yeah, it's
Just throwing it
That
out
was
there.
not an answer.
Yeah, but
Joe.
okay, true.
Yeah, he has Ninetales.
Oof. The ground weaknesses. I'm gonna tear this team up.
Oh,
He's an
yeah,
executive.
now that you mention it.
He's a
Cloyster's
Cloyster. Yeah, what?
Yeah. It doesn't resist ground, though.
Ryan gets 6-0'd by Shell Smash Cloyster.
You think that's the
Looks like
set
it
that
last
Lincoln's
year.
gonna
What are you
run?
talking? To be
No.
fair, that's gonna be the only week I bring Vacuum Wave Air across.
Against a Cloyster, yes. That's the only time you should.
Yeah, yeah.
Or Cartana, I guess.
I will say I like that he drafted Quag with his team just because I think Lincoln always needs an unaware Pokemon because otherwise his teams tend to lose the setup.
He has
Yeah.
2, so.
Yeah.
Oh, he has no removal.
At all.
He
It's
doesn't.
just Cloyster.
Oh. Well, you know where the boots are going to be most of the time.
Oh
Arcanine.
man.
Yeah, Hazards are going to be a pain for this team. Like, he has Clefable, which doesn't care about Hazards, but, like, if he runs his typical slow, stally style, does he have a grounded poison?
don't think he has poison.
T-Spikes could be very bad for this team.
I will say
Yeah.
his momentum looks pretty good, but that's only on paper because you know he's never going to bring teleport on anything because he has to.
Oh, yeah, Arcanine, he has 3 teleport Pokemon, doesn't he?
Or Executor.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
But, yeah, Toxic Spikes are very good against this team,
Yeah.
and he can't get rid of them.
Yeah, his team's looking real rough.
Well, it's a typical Lincoln team.
Yeah.
You know, the Jolteon, Quag, Clef. And I'm
Cloyster's a
sure
nice
he'll
spin
make
on it.
the people that don't expect Lincoln to bring Lincoln sets are not going to have fun. But I think if you know what Link is doing, and he could pull off the Shell Smash and the Dragon Dance and all that, and like if Lincoln does bring offensive sets, I think it'll catch people off guard because what they expect from him.
I will
But-
say,
Yeah.
There's some crippling things to this team.
Dragon Dance Steelix.
Triple water.
yeah, I really respect that Lincoln's whole evolution that he's going through is
Well,
now.
we haven't seen him battle yet. He's
No.
still drafted Fable.
Well, as far as drafting, I like that the evolution is keep the Jolteon, but now draft support for it, like Pinkerch. Like get the
No
electric
more
surge.
Wish Jolteon, now it's Rising Voltage.
Yeah, exactly. Specs rising.
I do
voltage.
really hope that he's running the Shell Smash Cloister and the offensive Kingdra,
Yeah.
because otherwise this team could struggle a lot.
Hey, toxic spikes. Rapid
I wonder what he's
spin.
gonna do with Grimmsnarl. Doesn't seem like a him Pokemon.
I don't know.
He's gonna send
Yeah, Grimmsnarl seems like a weird choice, just because I think it's a weird Pokemon in general.
Yeah.
Grimmsnarl is gonna use screens, and Arcanine is gonna use burn up to get rid of that fire type. So it's just not weak to anything.
God.
And it's gonna die to Toxic Spikes.
I didn't realize how bad Grimmsnarl's defenses were.
Yeah, it's not that great,
Ugh.
but it has
Yeah.
priority bulk up.
Yeah.
Or priority
And
screen.
Priority Sleep Talk. And Thunder Wave.
And sucker
Yeah.
punch.
Are his only Wish Pokemon Clefable Jolteon? Because I feel like Wish is
Executor.
very good. What was that?
Executor.
Oh, true.
I would
I
like to
feel
say.
like-
Those transfer
This team has less recovery than I'm used to seeing on a Lincoln team.
Yeah, it is. Maybe that's the big change.
Grimmsnarl doesn't have good recovery. Cloister has like Life Dew. Arcanine has Morning Sun. I'll give it that. Like Kingdra's Steelix also doesn't have good recovery. Quag has good recovery. But
For all we know, Colsack sniped him on Appleton. So
Polsack probably sniped him on half his team because I think they're both Lincoln.
Maybe he tried to split him up 60-60.
Yeah.
50-50, and realized when he was done with the other team, oh crap, I have this many points on.
or maybe
All the good ones.
maybe week 3 they're gonna go Captain Planet and powers
I
combined.
will say, between this team and Colsack, there are 3 Grass Dragons.
Yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot of grass.
Actually, now that I look at it, there are very few typings that aren't doubled up on Lincoln's team.
Grass.
Like, he has 2 fairies, 3 water types, 2 electrics, 2 dragons.
Need a Mega Sceptile.
Yeah, who told Lincoln he needed this much electric immunity? Good lord.
Lincoln?
I
Like
mean,
there's 3 water
yeah.
types and only 1 electric weakness.
Steelix, Jolteon, Quag, Executor,
True,
Alola
true.
is practically 1, and then
Yeah.
Pincurchin. If you want to run Lightning Rod.
Yeah.
Alright, do we have anything else to say, Anthony?
We all know that he's running Quick Feed Jolteon anyways.
That's
Yeah,
very true.
I'll be honest, I don't know exactly what to expect from Lincoln because I never know what to expect from Lincoln. So this is just that. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's just
Well, see, I expect from Lincoln a team that just loses to the moves Taunt and Substitute. But Lincoln said he changed, so maybe this
I
time
mean,
he
I
won't.
see what
lose
he's
to them.
down. I see what he's down for. He's got rocks. Like, potentially he has a whole bunch of screen support. He has some hazards. He has things that can set up behind the screens, like potentially a Dragon Dance Kingdra, Shell Smash Cloister. So, and maybe he actually will use bulk up Grimmsnarl. And
No, I know what the Grimmsnarl's for. It's priority taunt.
True.
You get that sub up.
Can't taunt him first.
Yeah.
I do think a lot of Lincoln's games are going to come down to Toxic Poison versus Toxic Poison, if I'm being honest.
Probably.
Which is why Clef is nice.
Oh, thank God. He doesn't play Brooks, right?
I don't know.
Pharaoh Tex versus this team.
Oh, thank God he doesn't. That would not be a fun game to watch.
Alright.
Yeah, no, Lincoln's offensive Pokemon can't break through Pharaoh Pex, and Pole's not breaking through this team.
He's near 9. Calm down.
So, we have another newcomer, the Kentucky Keldeo, the Cinderace team.
Absolutely love half this team and then absolutely hate the rest of it.
so he sniped me. I think he's the only person that sniped me twice. So
No, that's lucky.
This team is really
not-
nice.
Yeah, no,
I love
I
it.
agree with you in that the top 5 or 6 is really good, and then it's a bunch of Pokemon that I wouldn't use.
Well, I was referring to Rillaboom as one I hate.
Oh, well, that's not what I was referring to.
I mean, I love Regieleki. I would never use it just because.
Oh, no, I hate Regieleki. I think it's
I do love
absolutely
the thing.
useless.
I'll always put it on a doubles team.
I like that he drafted all 3 Gen 8 starters in Rillaboom, Cinderace, and Primarina.
What are you
So-
talking about? Alright, never mind.
But no, his top tiers I think are really good, all the way down to Primarina, and then the other half of the team is not good.
Yeah,
Speaking
like,
of
he's
Gen 8
always gonna have a
starters.
weak link.
What happened to Ryan drafting Inteleon?
It got sniped.
That's so
Someone else
ironic.
drafted it.
That's no pun intended.
That's so ironic.
I get it. But yeah, this is a
Yeah, I
very
wouldn't have.
defensive team.
Yeah.
Not a ton of recovery outside of the grassy terrain.
Yeah. This team is not going to be very defensive, I can see.
I think Jirachi is going to have to run a bulky set quite often, and Primarina is going to be fat quite a lot, which is just what it naturally does. But yeah, his team doesn't switch into moves very well.
No, for sure.
But this is a definite spin cycle team, which I always love those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Cinderace, Jirachi, Rillaboom, Primarina.
Yeah. It's
Which in
just
your
a whole
bulky
bunch of
water type
pivot.
into Cinderace, you turn out, go into Rillaboom, you turn out.
Yeah,
and spin
yeah.
type.
Yep.
This
His
is
removal is
also-
amazing.
It'd be a lot of fun.
I don't like his hazard removal.
I do.
What? He has
You
I
like
do.
Rapid Spin Regieleki?
court change is an incredible move.
Why does Cryogonal get defog and Rapid Spin?
Okay, the core change is like the only hazard removal that he has.
That's all you need.
Anthony, look at his hazard removal thing and tell me that again.
I don't like it.
Seriously.
Also,
I
look
do
how many
look at
stealth
Cryogonal.
moves he has.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like having to choose between Cinderace and Cryogonal basically.
Also, Regieleki will always have Rapid Spin when you bring it because it only learns 2 other moves.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
Volt Switch and Thunderbolt.
And Explosion, probably.
Yeah. No, you only need to run Volt Switch and Rapid Spin. You don't need 2 other moves.
I don't like it.
But yeah, I think this team is very frail. Can you scroll up and see what his defensive stats are?
Not the best.
No, they're not.
The averages?
I got you. I got
76,
you.
89.
Right there.
Well, he's got plenty of attack, but yeah, 79
God.
HP, 79 defense. Physical attackers are going to do a lot of damage to this team.
Yeah. And the special attacker, there's the stats down a little bit because it doesn't count Nidoking or Sheer Force.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah, that's physical too.
yeah, well. Does it get Bulldoze?
Yeah, it does.
It gets Earthquake.
It's weaker than Earthquake does.
Yeah, but Bulldoze doesn't.
Life Orb, no Life Orb, yeah.
I do really like. I
I
hate
love the
Cryogonal.
offense on this team. This is a team that is not going to have long battles.
No,
No, it's
This
very
is-
offensive.
they don't play the Phalanx, sadly, but that would be a fun battle.
This
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's not like Trick Room, but with the amount of pivot on his team, I don't think Trick Room will be as big and as it looks like on paper.
Yeah, and Rillaboom gets Grassy Glide, so it doesn't care about Trick Room.
Yeah,
And
it's like a
Primarina's
bunch of grades.
slow. I don't think Primarina's slow enough to beat a Trick Room team, but yeah.
If you
I
can
think Rillaboom.
predict it's coming, maybe.
Yeah. Although, what is it? Oh no, he has Primarina. I was gonna say what's his Dark type switch in for the Jirachi, but he has Nido, or Primarina. I will say I like the Rillaboom because Cinderace, Jirachi, and Nidoking are all weak to ground, so he kind of needed the grassy terrain.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Because outside of his bottom tier, that's his only ground switch in.
But at the same time, you fight like a special. Well, those don't exist. Never mind. We learned that the hard way the other day when I was prepping for my team. No special ground types outside of Mega Gravel.
And Nido's, he has one of those.
Palisand.
That has like 75 special attack.
Nobody cares about
Landorus.
You're never. Well, okay.
I.
Landorus.
Landorus. I.
Sheer Force is banned, so it's not that good.
Yeah.
But Zygarde with Core Enforcer and I don't know what special ground move it gets. Maybe Earth Power.
Alright. Anyway.
We're
I
gonna
like
go-
the team. I
This
don't
team,
love.
offensively incredible, defensively not incredible.
Yeah, like if you can't withstand the onslaught of top,
This is a team that very much relies on the lead. Like this is the team that turn 1 you might know the result of the battle because if they lead poorly, then they're just losing a Pokemon immediately. But if they lead correctly, it could be 10 turns before their opponent
if they
gets
lead
you.
Dash Druddigon.
I actually feel like
That's true. Druddigon's a nice lead to get rocks, glares, and everything for this team. I think that's a fitting 6th mon to bring most weeks.
Yeah, you're pretty much gonna be locked into those 6 though every week because the others are just so bad.
Hitmonlee's usable. Regieleki,
I guess with the train, yeah.
Yeah,
if your
Hitmonlee's
opponent
nice.
if you're not fighting Lincoln, well, I guess since Lincoln took all of the electric immunities, maybe Regieleki will be better this season.
Dude, I really like the Endor Lychee Berry set. I think he can put in work, even on its
But
own.
he has terrain. Why would he ever run that?
On what? Hitmonlee?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
Well,
can just
for the-
run Combat White Earth if you.
If anything, run that in Cinderace. 'Cause then you get acrobatics, reversal.
True.
Always wanted to run that set, but I've never.
Another nice thing, he doesn't need boots on this team besides the Cinderace, which is really nice because Cinderace loves boots.
Unless you bring a Cryogonal.
Mhm.
Shut up. Cryogonal's bad.
No, I
Hey, it's another freeze dry Pokemon. We were just talking about how people were weak to freeze dry.
Oh, speaking of this team, no, he's Jirachi. Okay, no, this team's not weak to freeze dry.
Anyways, I'm moving on. Good team. Anthony, did you have anything to say? I don't know if we got your expertise.
No, that's it.
I just want to apologize ahead of time for the teams lower because these are going to progressively keep getting worse and worse.
That's not
Yeah,
true.
it's getting later and later, so you guys gotta excuse us.
Oh,
But
I can't talk about this team. I'm sorry.
we have the
What is that?
Lancaster Corviknights.
Can't. I see those two in the middle. I just get.
Inteleon.
Are you a little
or
sad?
Well, this team actually did get. This is the third sand team with one sand user. Just throwing that out there.
Hey,
It's
look
true.
at, their,
Stoutland.
That's true. Good old Stoutland.
look at their base stats and tell me why they're so synchronized. They're like their average stats.
For this team, scroll
Yeah.
down.
I got you.
Right.
Look at that. Really, that's funny to me.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That is pretty good. Yeah.
It does say that his physical stats are much better than his special stats,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I think just tends to happen when you have a male medal. I'm gonna be honest.
And a Hippowdon.
They
Yeah,
special attack. Come on.
Yeah, and Rhydon. Why is Rhydon on this team? When you have
I don't know.
We don't know.
He also there's dual steel types. I think he drafted Cobalion last season. So
Yeah,
I
I think
get
that's
that.
the best
He used that
Pokemon.
pretty well. Yeah. I think it was in the top 10 for kills
Oh,
last
he had
season.
Salamence last season too.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I think he's going with what he's comfortable with. Those are some of the Pokemon that did pretty well for him last season.
He has
I like his-
double up. Sorry.
For how bad his special offense is compared to his physical offense, I think Moltres and Inteleon are very solid special attackers, and Salamence is also a decent special attacker.
If you wanted to run it that way, sure. You do see a lot of doubled up typing, like double steel, double flying,
Yeah.
double
I
ground.
will also say Moonblast kind of smokes this team.
Yeah,
and
I was
Melville
gonna
is
say a
his.
special fairy. Special fairy
Yeah.
wipes this team.
So
Ninetales or
Musharna,
Alolan Ninetales.
No, Musharna is not a fairy type.
Moonblast.
It's doing like 20 to a Melmetal. If even.
There's no way it does that much.
Hurts this team.
What was that, Anthony?
Alolan Ninetales hurts this team. Slurpuff.
Alolan Ninetales isn't beating Melmetal.
I mean, not Melmetal, but I mean,
Melmetal does not like fighting Alolan Ninetales though, because you have to switch it in every time and take a Moonblast plus Hail Chip.
That's true.
But also, you don't want to invite Melmetal in unless it's possible, if you can help it.
Yeah.
Especially. Cause there's Tangrowth.
What was that? Who has Tangrowth? I think Joe does.
Yeah, well, I'm saying because Joe has Alolan Ninetales. Has
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, now that you mention it, he does have a switch. That hazard removal is not good.
Nope.
oh my god.
Granted, he has a lot of Pokemon that resist Stealth Rocks, so,
If he brings Wish Salamence, I'll eat my hat.
well, I mean, no one cares about, I don't care about clerics, they aren't important. But, he does have a ton of Pokemon that resist Stealth Rocks, so I think it could be worse.
That's true. What do you think of the webs from Orbeetle, Ryan?
Shut up. Wait, no, that's you should be the one shutting up because I took Vicable because of that.
Alright,
Whatever.
so here's my thing about the webs. I don't know why I said that twice.
Well,
I don't-
Moltres.
I
Stuck in a
think
time
webs
loop.
helps a whole lot.
I mean, it helps
What was that?
Salamence.
Webs are really good for Inteleon, I think, because it outspeeds even Scarfers, I think, and if you have an Inteleon moving first, it's very scary.
And typically, if you're running a Scarf that's faster than Inteleon, you're going to be modest or adamant anyways.
Yeah.
So you might not even outspeed it.
But yeah, I do think webs aren't great on this team. But like Orbital also fills a couple of roles because it
Yeah,
does
he
have
could've-
recover and everything like that.
He did, well, no,
It's his fighting resist on this team because
Salamence.
Salamence is his only other fighting resist, and
like,
he has a lot of fighting weaknesses.
Oh
true.
yeah.
a ton. But I mean, Hippo's taking every physical fighting move.
That's true. That's true. But everyone's running special fighting attacks anyways because of Melmetal.
Yeah, I really never see the bottom 3 coming. Like, if you lose to a Stoutland, then you're bad.
Yeah, I really don't think Rhydon ever comes because it's just
Not with
worse.
Hippo. Yeah. Malamar is just. Well, I guess Malamar with webs is pretty decent.
Yeah, I can see Malamar coming for sure. But
Does
like,
he have any trick room
I'll let-
users? I don't think he does.
He's a Melmetal.
This trick room.
What?
Yeah, no,
Ryan.
no.
Wait,
trick room
Melmetal
user,
can use
not
trick room?
user.
Yeah, I
Orbital
mean
user,
user.
not user.
Orbital is Tricker.
Oh, okay.
And Malamar.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. I just didn't see him. I was wondering where they
Neither
were.
of them is incredible. Like Orbital is a good setter because it can slow pivot out after trick room's up, I guess. So maybe that's why he has it.
Yeah,
He does have 3 rocks weak Pokemon, and his only defogger is Salamence, so that's not great. But also, Orbeal, Moltres, Galar aren't Pokemon that I typically see brought every week, so I think it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of his Pokemon are either weak to rocks or 4 times resisted, it feels like.
Because,
Yeah.
And then Inteleon.
Hippos.
Yeah, Inteleon and Stoutland the only 2 that aren't either a resist or a weakness to
Malamar.
rock.
Malamar.
Yeah. No, that's a. Oh yeah, I was thinking it was fighting type.
His team isn't gonna love knockoff. Like you have Moltres and Hippo
That's
takes
what
it, but
Cobalion is for. That's what Cobaleon's for.
oh wait, did I miss the Col? Yeah, I missed the Coldplant. I didn't even see it there.
That's that justified boy.
Just kidding.
It's an interesting team for sure.
It's right there.
I don't think it's bad. It's just confusing, honestly.
I think it's pretty similar to what he drafted last season, honestly.
Yeah, that's
Just
true.
with Melmetal instead of Cinderace.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, he's having fun.
yeah,
I
he
like
did go
it.
last season too.
Yeah, he's just missing the Regirock. That's the only iconic member of last season, I think. That's
Mhm.
missing.
Right on
Regirock.
score. You
Alright.
said good.
Weakness policy, Rhydon.
Yeah. Anything
No.
else to add, Anthony?
No, this team will. This is another one of those teams that. This is why I love water, because this is another one of those teams that either doesn't want to get burned, or just doesn't like water in general.
I agree
Ooh,
with
yeah,
that.
this team
I
does
agree
not
with
love
that.
Skull.
Scald spam in general is just horrible.
Yeah, that's just what happens when your team doesn't have a lot of
Yeah.
special defense and a lot of ground and rock types.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
water
the
immunity.
Water.
I will say water without its Dynamax form, G-Max form, Inteleon does get shut down by like water absorb Pokemon.
That's what
Well,
you.
that's
pretty
his only
good.
water resist as well. Oh, no, Salamence, but like
Yeah.
Salamence is not pushing into Scald.
Mhm. Yeah. All right.
Ugh.
Ooh, the
Minnesota
team that
Mini
did
War.
draft green this time.
Ugh.
Ooh, I like this team. I forgot about this
Top
team.
2. Ugh.
This team
that
is
bottom
very good.
4 is not great, but you only got to bring the top 6.
But you mean top 5?
Also, this might be one of the only teams that doesn't have an NFE on it.
I love this Pokemon. This team. It has Lapras. It's. I love it. Good job,
I
Malian.
don't think Voltund or Lapras are very good. Shuckle's not good.
Also has a decent niche as a rapid spinner.
Okay, wait, I take it back. I only like the top 5.
Yeah. Like,
I like Colossus.
you said 6, and I'm looking at Bolton. Like, you like Bolton?
Yeah, no, I just didn't see Shuckle
Well,
at
no,
the
he's
bottom.
skipping down to Lapras.
Not quite. I think Colossal is my 6th mon on this team, which
Yeah.
is not
Accurate.
great.
Yeah.
But the top 5 is dumb
Well, I
stupid.
guess I
Very
could see
good.
Machamp though, because if you bring, well, no.
Yeah, Machamp is a decent Pokemon.
It doesn't like Earthquake. This team does not like
What
Earthquake.
about Landorus?
Landorus,
Yeah, but that's one Pokemon.
That's the Earthquake switch.
Landorus, Slowking.
Yeah, Landorus is coming every week.
Really? Shocker.
Well, it's Landorus.
It's just, that's
Yeah,
weird.
he has a lot
That's
of
what
ground
I'm saying.
weaknesses, but that's just because Colossal's 4 times weak, and like Bisharp and Boltund aren't taking any moves, so it doesn't really matter. Neither was Gengar. So yeah, I think all of his ground weaknesses, even if they were neutral to ground, they'd still be getting Oko. So I don't think it really matters that they're weak to
And
ground.
Slowking's taking 2 Earthquakes from anything that's not a choice band.
Slowking's especially defensive, not physically defensive.
Yeah.
Shuckle, on the other hand, awful Pokemon, but it takes it.
If it's coming, you know what it's doing.
Lando being the only real hazard removal isn't ideal, but it's such a good hazard removal. I do think Lando's going to have to be supportive a lot for this team, though.
True.
Like the rock, defog kind of stuff, knockoff U-turn.
I feel like
really going to be supporting the Gengar Darm.
I feel like Bisharp is often going to have to be choice banded or rock polish. Like, you can't run anything in between with that. Just because, like, unless you're bringing webs with Shuckle every single week.
I really do think his team is very much like, it's not, I think this is a team that's not very dependent on what Pokemon the opponent has. Because it's going to be like, do I want to set up hazards with Shuckle and then just go into Darm, Gengar, Bisharp, click button, switch out into one of my bulky Pokemon, pivot, switch back into one of those Pokemon, click button. Because, like, Slowking is great for this team because it can teleport into any of the 3 huge offensive threats.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, my man Malium just wants to click buttons, it looks like.
This team doesn't really love webs, which I guess that's what Bisharp is for.
Yeah,
But,
Bisharp.
like, if you have to take on a +2 Bisharp.
Yeah, if you've got a Mach Punch Pokemon.
Vacuum Wave Heracross.
I'm telling you. I've already got it wrote down.
You gotta write down Vacuum Wave Heracross.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, looking at it now, I guess rocks aren't fun for this team either, but it's so offensive with defensive pivots that I think it's okay.
Yeah. But I feel like that's also gonna force Darm to run boots a lot.
Yeah, Darm's gonna have the boots.
Does this team struggle with... I don't think this team struggles with item claws too much, though, which is nice for such an offensive team.
Yeah,
Very
like,
true.
nothing's fighting for the boots, because Colossus sucks. Lapras.
Sucks.
Shuckle will never be switching into rocks, because it'll be
Boots
dead.
Shuckle. Yeah, I think this is a fun team to use. It's going to be difficult if your opponent has answers to your offensive Pokemon,
Yeah.
but it's going to be hard for teams to have answers to all of those offensive Pokemon.
I just got a Discord message.
Yeah, I heard it.
I'm very popular. Just kidding, it wasn't me. I'm not that popular.
I do like the choice with the webs with the Darm. That's really nice, especially since he might have to run boots more than he wants. So
yeah,
slowing down the opponent lets him not have to use Scarf, or he could just go all in and go banned.
Ooh, knockoff is not fun for this team. It's just the Bisharp to take knockoffs.
Landorus taking it decently well.
Yeah, but Lando doesn't like to lose. Machamp's not a good Pokemon.
Machamp's a great Pokemon. What do you mean?
You don't want to. If you're Flame Orb, you don't want to switch in Machamp on a knockoff.
And if I'm already burned, it's fine.
Okay, but like, if I've got a Scarf knockoff user, that scares out pretty much all the offensive threats.
I guess this team doesn't really like Toxic either. Because, like, a lot of times you don't want to get a Toxic off and, like, Slowking.
Oh, yeah, Toxic and the Slowking and the Lando is really good.
Yeah, and only Lapras can get rid of it.
Does this team fight Urshifu?
Yes, it does.
Shredded. Shredded.
Yeah, Wicked Blow.
Shredded.
I mean, we're not basing this off of...
Shredded.
You know what it does lose to, though?
That's every team.
I didn't want to say anything about Urshifu because I was looking at. I was just like, I could Wicked Blow this entire team. So
may need that
would happen.
Choppleberry Colossal for the Urshifu matchup.
For sure.
Nah, you got to do Colbur counter Slowking.
No. Flame Body is broken.
Oh,
Even if you are still weak to fighting.
That's true. Stupid Chandelure in the semifinal.
But hey, Shuckle's a good Urshifu check. Mach Punch Machamp, he's got options.
Yeah.
Did you say Shuckle's a good Urshifu check?
Yeah. I haven't figured out how yet, but I'm sure it can do it.
Alright.
Gyro Ball.
Also, wait, he has the Defiant Bisharp, but he also has competitive Bolton, so this man does not want to, this man really wants you to defog on him.
He's just he wants to set up sticky webs on your magic bounce user.
Yeah. He's trying to magic bounce a sticky web shuckleback.
Yeah, he'll actually sweep you with that Bisharp.
But yeah, this team looks incredibly fun to use, but not very consistent.
Yeah, he's gonna have so much fun with Gengar and Darm and Landorus for sure.
Because yeah, this team is one surprise Scarfer away from losing half of its offense, but if it calls, then they just lost half their team.
The line in the night.
All right, next up, the Old English Ice Cube, a return.
I love this
Your
team.
moment. I hate this team.
Oh
This is all
god.
stuff I've used, but like not well. No,
I've used Dragalge, Uxie, Whimsy. I've used all the lower tiers. I think he stole those from me, but I don't like any of the top.
I guess I haven't used Zapdos yet.
I think Zapdos is very good. Also, Zapdos and Volcarona, when there's only one Boots user,
Yeah.
not ideal.
I mean, you're always gonna have boots on Zapdos though, but that pretty
And
much
Volcarona.
means you always have. Well, no, like if you have boots on Zapdos, you can get in defog, get out.
Yeah, but if you can't defog, then your Volcarona is at 50% immediately.
That's fair.
This team is also very good momentum to get the Terrakion in, to get the Metagross in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely
I
like
think
that.
Sandslash is a bad Pokemon, so like
Yeah,
that's
after drafting it, I concur. It just like there's no reason to ever bring that thing.
yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just
I think this team feels slightly passive. Like it's supposed to be balanced, I feel like. But between like Uxie, Milotic, Zapdos, I feel like it could struggle to output offense without getting set up.
yeah.
Yeah. Just if I had this team, I would be kind of sad that my only mon above 110 speed is Whimsicott. Because a lot of stuff is at 110 or slightly higher.
So much 100. Like
And the only real Scarfer on the team is Terrakion, which is one of the faster mods already.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Unless you run Scarf Drag Ouch.
That's still not outspeeding the base 110s. Like, I think that this team has a lot of good Pokemon, and I can't point out a bad Pokemon on the team. But
Well,
it just
didn't you
doesn't-
guys just say Sandslash?
Flash.
Oh yeah, I forgot Sandslash. It's not a real Pokemon, so I forgot about
Yeah,
it.
we're not counting that.
But yeah, like his other 9 are all good Pokemon. It's just I agree with Ryan that it's like I feel like there's a lot of Pokemon that people tend to struggle to use well. Like Milotic and Zapdos are good Pokemon, but they can be quite difficult to use. Same with Metagross.
Yeah, Metagross isn't the craziest.
I do think Volcarona is really solid though,
Yeah.
because it's very easy to set up.
I just didn't like it when I used it. But that's a me problem, not a Gert
But
problem.
you used U-turn more than you're supposed to.
Shut up.
But Wigglytuff, great Pokemon, although Wigglytuff and Whimsicott, kind of weird to me.
Yeah, Milotic probably going to come very often since it's really only... Well, I guess Dragouch switches into Scald's team.
I do see his top 5 coming almost every week.
For sure.
Yeah. Unless, well, no. I can see maybe Volcarona and Zapdos being interchangeable sometimes.
Yeah, because you only get one pair of boots.
I like Metagross. I don't know what to do with that thing ever. I just feel like it's damn.
Yeah, like it's a very versatile Pokemon, but it never seems like it has a great matchup, even though its typing feels really good.
Yeah.
Very true. I mean, what? Weakness policy, agility, or like an assault vest set? I don't know.
Stealth Rock Setter, Bandit Bullet Punch, like it has plenty of good sets. It's just,
Explosion.
I feel like Eric drafted a ton of hard to use Pokemon, which if you can use them well, it's gonna be really good. But if not,
Yeah, I don't doubt Gert. He's a great coach. He can make it work.
Yeah, if anyone can do it. It's
Yeah,
great.
if anybody
Yeah.
can do it, he can use his team very well. But yeah, maybe he does have some limited options in like his choice scarf user and stuff like
yeah,
that.
I think the toughest thing about this team is the speed. I think he does need to set up a lot of times if he wants to have speed.
Yeah. This team also could struggle against offensive electric types.
That's very
Yeah,
true.
Gouge,
Yeah, Dragon is pretty much it.
Zakat.
We're not
But
talking
yeah, I think this team's gonna struggle against the fast offensive teams that we've seen.
Yeah,
But that's pretty much it.
but they could all be.
Like this team,
What do we know?
this team will be able to break the defensive teams pretty easily, but struggle more against the offense. And I think this team does really well against balanced teams as well.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a solid Kurt team. I feel like he drafts teams that he's good at using almost.
I know he's used Yuxi before. He used that against me, but I don't remember him using any of these other Pokemon.
Yeah. I remember getting sauced up by a Marowak, so.
He's usually a smart guy.
Yeah.
Didn't you miss 2 power whips? No, it's a Seismitoad.
I did, no, it was the Seismitoad and the Grimmsnarl that missed power whips, yeah. But I did get sauced up. Choice banded Kanto Marowak. Anthony, anything to add?
Wait, what?
Nah.
You didn't just say it was choice banded.
I think it was.
Why
No,
would
it's
you
Thick
ever run a
Club,
choice
sorry.
banded Marowak?
Thick Club. I'm sorry. I was thinking 1.5
No,
boost.
we're moving on. We're moving on.
Yeah,
we're
let's
moving
let's move on.
Who cares what Anthony has to say?
Wiggly Tough is the goat.
Oh wait, no, I care about what Anthony has to say.
Okay, so I don't care. I'm gonna start this because I was already like looking at not this team, first team, switching.
Ottawa.
Yeah, Ottawa team.
This is the other team that didn't use like 25 points.
Yeah.
So
Really?
there's 2 reasons why I
It was
don't
12.
like this team. There's 2 reasons why I don't like this team. The first team is that you click Moonblast and the team dies.
Okay, just because his top 3 Pokemon are all fighting types.
Okay, and what about the Guzzlord? And what about the Dragonair? And what about the Zygarde?
Snorlax is very bulky, especially defensively.
Okay, so here's
Yeah, no, you're right about Moonblast here.
here's my second thing. Burn this team and it's useless, except for Gardevoir.
Hey, rest
Fair
Snorlax.
enough.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this
What?
is probably my least favorite team.
Yeah.
I
AV
think it's because he
Gardevoir.
didn't use all his points, and all his points went towards fighting types.
This is definitely, he just drafted a ton of stuff he wanted to use. And
Yeah, yeah.
really think about synergy
Yeah,
or
I can
care.
respect it.
But yeah, like, it's respectable for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Urshifu, Zapdos, and Lucario all kind of fill the same role.
Uh-huh.
Especially
And Dragonair and
Oh.
Eevee are big. Uh-oh.
Jesus.
No, scroll down a little bit farther, Ryan.
Okay, sorry.
The negative
sorry.
5 to Fairy isn't great, but look at the hazard.
-5.
He has no removal, which, I mean, when you have all fighting types, rocks aren't a big problem, but spikes and toxic spikes are not going to be fun for this team.
And his one Defiant user isn't even affected by webs.
Yikes.
Also, his only hazards come from Rune, which is a good hazard setter. I'll give him that. But yeah, the -5 to Fairy, I think besides Lucario, Scarf, Moonblast just runs through the team.
I love how it's -5 to Fairy and one of his fighting types isn't even weak to Fairy.
I'm telling you, Musharna just goes to town, man.
Bullet Punch is this man's only defense against fairies.
If you think of Musharna is ever beating Gardevoir, if you think of Musharna ever beating a Gardevoir,
Musharna cannot beat a Snorlax.
or yeah,
Fair enough.
It's not beating.
Snorlax is Darkest Lair, yeah, so that's easier run.
or Gyarados when his U-turns on it,
Or Guzzlord.
Just let the Musharna live.
or Urshifu when it just U-turns.
But
Alright,
yeah,
what else
this
do you
team,
want to say?
I think it's going to be very reliant on Snorlax to be the only real defensive Pokemon on this team.
I think Guzzlord kind of.
Guzzlord doesn't get recovery though. Like Renorigus and Guzzlord don't get recoveries. Neither does Snorlax, but at least it's a very good rest user. Or just recycle eat a Papa Berry type stuff.
Yeah.
And then your 2 bottom tiers are just unbringable.
But yeah, if this team doesn't win off rip, I don't see it winning a lot of battles. But if a team is weak to fighting types, this team can go in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
It does
Like-
have that.
like, if you have one good fighting answer, that'll get worn down pretty quickly by the combination of all 3 of them.
That is very true.
Yep.
And Lucario is a special fighting type, which isn't super common, so at least he's not running 3 close combat mods every week.
Well, you don't know that.
That's true, I don't. But hopefully
Yep.
Love the priority.
Lots of priority.
All right. Next up, we have the Philly Flygons.
Ew.
Listen, I don't dislike this team.
Okay.
This team doesn't have
You
a
sure? That's it? That's all you gotta say?
no Eviolite user on this team either.
True.
I think Kangaskhan is a very good E tier now that I look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, this team has Haxorus, so it's already like goated tier.
I mean, they could pick any dragon and it would have been better, but like.
But they picked Haxorus, so
Okay.
it makes it amazing for style points.
This
Yes.
team does not like Zygarde, I'll tell you that.
Okay, very true. Jeez. The Blossom? No. Skitter Smack.
Haxorus has speed, Zygarde, but if you get a dragon, that's off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sandaconda could manage.
No, it can't.
Yeah.
Not against this stuff.
It does
Zygarde.
not, it does not get Ice Fang. Does it?
I
I
don't
have
know.
no
You're
idea.
the one that said it with confidence.
It gets Glare.
Yeah, that doesn't beat sub.
Oh.
Wait,
What else? This team doesn't. Well, it
What
does
does
like not.
what does
The
this
only
team do?
hazards are on Skarmory and Sandaconda, I believe.
Yeah, but Skarm's pretty good hazard setter.
Yeah, but that's all it does.
True.
A
I
Mammoth
was gonna
Slime
say
would
it
love this team.
Mamoswine loves every team.
It did get
Eat
drafted.
it alive.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get drafted.
Yeah,
I want
no,
that
really
bone.
want- But I already had a Zygarde.
I want.
Skarmory is the only reliable defogger. Coco can run it, but this team needs Coco to be offensive most of the time because
Yeah.
he already has the bull covered.
Very true,
Yeah.
very true.
Like, it's pretty much gonna be relying on Coco and Haxorus for its offense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yen Shao, but it's Yen Shao.
Mostly relying on Skarm for
I don't
hazards
think-
and
I
removal.
think Cloaking needs to run a lot of defensive investment usually.
True.
So I think it's underappreciated in its offense. But yeah, Haxorus Coco is very much the offense of this team.
Wonder why he opted for the poison one over the water one.
For this team?
Because he
Like-
doesn't use teleport anyways.
That's true.
But yeah, he didn't have a fighting weakness. So like the 4 times fighting resist isn't that big of a
I
deal.
guess maybe double. Well, either way, you're doubling up on. Or he was
It's just
doubling
adding a
up.
ground weakness kinda.
But if he had gone the other one, he was adding one electric weakness.
Yeah, but like the grass weakness, you have a Skarmory, so that's not an issue.
Sure. Yeah. I don't want to delve into the mind of
Not
the
my problem. He has the regen core of Glow King Mienshao,
Yeah, I can't guess.
the worst regen mon and one of the best.
I feel like this team won't like offensive electric types.
Yeah, especially when you're setting up the terrain for him.
Yeah. Because minus Sandaconda, your other 2 electric resists aren't good
Yeah.
with electric terrain.
Although Slowking Galar can take Thunderbolts for days if it's like an AV set.
If the, wow, yeah, I guess. Dude,
Also, he has 3 other electric resists besides Sandaconda and Blossom, Coco, Haxorus. It's just that none of them take a ton of hits.
the Blossom could.
I do think this team is very
Synthesis,
reliant
yeah.
on a couple of offensive Pokemon, and if like Haxorus goes down or Coco goes down, the team is just going to struggle to output damage reliably.
True.
Yeah.
True. Very
But
true.
I think it's a good balanced team that's slightly more defensive.
Kind of like what I was
I
rocking last season.
think this team will be one of the more difficult teams to just sweep,
Yeah.
unless you have a Zygarde.
Wear it
No.
down, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough matchup for the Zygarde.
Really?
Yes,
He doesn't. He only fights 10% in the regular season, so
that is enough. That is definitely enough for this team. All right, next up, we have the Phoenix Solrox and Wes.
oh, Wesley.
This
is a
team.
fun team. This is a fun team.
Very fun. I
Listen,
love the top 3.
okay.
I love the top 4.
You had me at fun at Feeney, and then I see Savali Cresselia, I'm like, no. Those are fun.
No, I don't know how we afforded this team. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it looks like
feels
it's
it
very
could have been more
expensive.
fun.
Yeah,
Well, I know Licky Licky and Liepard and Brotom are all bottom D.
yeah, those are very cheap.
Yeah. Licky Licky's a good value picks
Yeah,
for sure, in general.
Yes, I agree. Very bulky. Great for walling that goes types.
I do like that Wes picked up some bulk in his bottom tiers because he was lacking a bit. Just because I don't think Wes is going to be running bulky Celestial a lot if I know Wes. So Feeney feels like his
Celestial, Feeney, and Cresselia, and you think he's lacking bulk?
Okay, but what I'm saying is I don't think Wes runs those bulky very often.
That's right.
If I know Wes.
That's right.
Also, his only hazards are Rosary.
It definitely is. Yep.
Not
Rocks?
great. Nope. Just because it's fat and
Like, but Wigglytuff.
yeah, I know. All the other fat pink Pokemon get Stealth Rocks besides Licky.
I personally don't like any of his defoggers except maybe the Rotom.
I don't like
The default.
No, Feeney and Steel Valley are both reliable. Are more reliable than Rotom. Blaziken, yeah, that's not a defogger, but
so.
Silvally and Feeney both are.
Yep.
But again, I feel like Wes drafted a ton of Pokemon that you can run setup or no setup, and I feel like Wes is just a setup kind of guy.
Yeah, 6-0 or get 6-0'd. Liver down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Liver
But
that
like he does
6-0.
have a ton of Pokemon like Swords Dance Blaziken, Autotomy Celesteela, Calm Mind Feeney, Swords Dance Silvally, Calm Mind Cress. Like he has so much setup in his top tiers.
That's very true. It is a lot of setup.
It's a thing like if Wes plays it well and doesn't bring all of them set up and just chooses which one or two Pokemon set up the best in a given week, I think that's going to be really scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
will
would
say I
be
don't
terrified to fight this team.
I don't like the combination of Cresselia and Feeney, just because Cresselia can get toxic even in misty terrain.
Yeah.
And
I will say something that is nice when you're playing against Wes is your flying types don't need boots because he has no Stealth Rocks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, what, Anthony?
I picked this team week 1, and my team specifically doesn't have the best matchup against it.
I wonder why.
That's just because your team doesn't deal with setup very well, and Wes's entire team sets up.
We'll get to that in a second.
We won't worry about why you have a bad matchup, but yeah. Wes's team is very setup dependent, and like I like the fact that none of his Pokemon need to set up. Like Blaziken, Celesteela, Feeney, Silvally are all perfectly fine without setting up, but any of them can.
Yeah.
Very true.
I do think Rotom, Liepard, and Dusclops are kind of just there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can't imagine them coming very often, but I think that the other 7 are all very good Pokemon.
It might be hard to fit in leftovers with this team. Like Feeney.
Ooh, yeah, because Feeney and Crest both really. Yeah, that's a lot of lefties mons now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this team could definitely struggle with item clause.
And that could make him run like Feeney choice specs over leftovers.
Ooh, that'd be so.
Not quite what I was thinking. But,
Well, I meant just
Yeah.
like it would make
I was
him
thinking more like we're going to see more weakness policy Cresselia than we'd usually see.
Exactly. I think the Feeney definitely needs the leftovers over Cress. I don't know.
I mean Licky too.
Yeah, Licky only runs lefties like 90% of the time as well.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. All right.
Right, so Valley is stealing an item from anything.
That is true. That is true. All right.
Last team.
The last team on
and
our
most
roster.
certainly least.
The Savannah Sharpedos. And their
Listen,
coach.
this team is super frail.
Can you scroll down and show us what the defensive stats are?
Yeah, got you right there. You see it?
74 apiece.
Horrible.
They're the same. Not
92. Very offensive.
the offensive pressure is very good, and like he has Lantern, so like his defense can't be that bad.
No.
Lantern Urshifu, what more do you need?
To be
Crobat.
fair, it's counting Aegislash as like not or
Yeah, that's true. It's counting the
defense.
Aegislash.
But like
But yeah, like if you have Urshifu, you're fine. He built around Urshifu pretty well because he has Aegislash, no fire type, which I think is an interesting choice. But he also got Crobat, so like the poison and the steel type are there. So like he built around Urshifu well enough. But I do think he has a couple of Pokemon that fill kind of similar roles on the team.
the speed
What are you
stat
laughing?
is killing me.
What's his average speed? Is it above 100?
No.
I mean it's 92, but
It's
Okay.
92, yeah.
like he has so many things.
But he also has Unburdened on 2 Pokemon.
I mean, he's never bringing Sceptile, let's be real here. That's never finding a spot in this team to go.
Not the best hazards.
No.
Just from personal experience, I feel like I only ran Sticky Web Slurp Up like once a season.
Yeah, I never ran Stealth Rock Like Rock. It's a bad set.
Like Rock is a suicide stealth rocker. Like, it'll get him up, but it'll also die.
And Sash counter, jerk.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You and your Sash counter, you're taking this personal.
Also,
Yeah.
0 knockoff in this team. This team doesn't have a knockoff user.
No
So,
knockoff.
your boots are safe. Your lefties are safe, which is kind of annoying for this team.
A good bit of momentum. He's got screen support.
But, yeah, that's something that can happen when you draft Urshifu because it doesn't get knockoff. But who cares about knockoff when you have Wicked Blow?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, what does it matter where your item is when you're dead?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think this team has really good speed, but it's balanced out by the fact that, and like its offense is good too. It's just that its defense is kind of lacking. So another team that the battles probably won't be very long.
Yeah.
Did you pick?
Well,
Oh, sorry.
Huh?
Well, I was gonna. Did you pick Starmie, Lycanroc back to back?
I did.
I feel like that was kind of 2 panic picks for you. Like, I don't know. I just don't see where those fit on the team
I don't know how
with
he had
what
a
you had
panic
at the
pick.
time.
Like,
Well, he didn't have any other stealth rockers, and
Well, my
Yeah.
the Starmie pick I actually wanted to pick, but when it came to Lycanroc, I wasn't really sure what I wanted. I didn't really have a direction. I guess you could say for my last 3 picks, like Lycanroc, Starmie, Sceptile. I knew I wanted Starmie because I know I needed the fast special attacker, or I needed a special attacker that was not Aegislash.
or Frostlass.
Yeah, or Frostlass. Like, and I guess that's kind of what the theme I'm going with my team is that, like, the offense on my team can be either physical or special, with the exception of Drampa and Urshifu and Lantern.
Lycanroc.
Yeah, Lycanroc, but like
You just named off half your team.
Hey, it's
Well,
okay.
what I
It's
mean-
okay.
when I got Starmie, I didn't know
Everything on this team gets sucker punched.
everything.
Does it?
Yeah.
Good.
Keep talking though. Sorry, Ryan started scrolling.
I didn't know where to go next with my picks. Like, I think I had Tentacruel on my team, but then I didn't want to add another ground weakness to my team. And I had Licky Licky, but then they got sniped from me by West. And there was a few different Pokemon. I was trying to focus more on being defensive. And almost every defensive Pokemon that I actually wanted to get got taken from me before I could get to it.
Like, so you only got sniped
Yeah.
twice.
So most people tend to pick different defensive Pokemon instead of more offense, which different strokes.
I thought you said you only got
but
sniped
you
twice,
have
and one was the Rillaboom.
Well,
Lantern's really the only real defensive Pokemon on the team, but Lantern's a very good defensive Pokemon, so I'll forgive it. The problem is you don't really have the fairy switches. It's Aegislash and Crobat.
You can run Aegislash defensive.
Yeah, that's true, but that's no fun. Like,
Yeah.
it needs lefties then.
Yeah.
Although I guess that's the only real lefties mon on the team, so I don't really mind that.
We're just looking at what's like. You could have gotten Suicune, I guess, but
Well, he has Lantern. He doesn't need the bulky water.
that's true.
It's
I guess there's not really much left in B tier that's good defensive.
yeah, all the steel flyings were taken, so he couldn't get that to work with the Lantern.
It should make sense.
I think that's something I think that would have really helped this team. Honestly, would be a steel flying type, but it's
God,
not
no one
easy to get
drafted
those.
Mandibuzz. Ugh.
Ooh, I was very much considering it.
Wow. All these fat teams.
Porygon 2 could be a problem for this team besides the Urshifu because
Oh,
they
no,
have
not
knockoff. Yeah,
Very
I'm
true.
just saying. But
I thought about Porygon 2 when I after Starmie. I thought about Porygon 2, but the only reason I didn't pick it was because I thought somebody else would have gotten it by the time it got back around.
and Drampa's much better.
And your team does not appreciate knockoff. Like, you have an Urshifu.
Oh yeah. Your
No.
team does not like knockoff.
That
Well,
promotes
he has
that
2
one.
unburdened Pokemon. Slurpuff loves knockoff,
Yeah, but if you get knocked off at the wrong time,
and you actually have to bring Slurpuff then.
and you're switching Sceptile into a knockoff.
Oh, what? I didn't really count that. But yeah, knockoff's a pain in the butt for this team. So is priority, just because the team is frail, and this team really does want to be moving first every turn. But again, you have 5 Pokemon over 110 base speed, so it probably will be moving first most of the time.
Can I name this team?
Go
It's
for
live, live or Die by the Sucker Punch.
Oh my god. All right.
Yeah, I see it.
Anthony, I'm going to give you a challenge this season. I want you to get 1 kill with Sucker Punch Lantern.
Punch Lantern? You
Yes,
cut
Sucker
out, but I
Punch
can
Lantern.
assume that's what you're saying.
Yes, Sucker Punch
One
Lantern.
kill with Sucker Punch, like he's an Urshifu, what?
If you can get
No.
1 kill with
You-
Sucker Punch
no.
Lantern,
I'm gonna
Anthony.
up that. Get 1 kill with everything that has Sucker Punch on your team.
Oh, that's
Ooh. The
Wait,
Frostlass
so hard?
is really hard.
Yeah, the
yeah.
first
Sucker Punch Frostlass.
It's not that. That's no worse than Lantern.
Okay, but imagine bringing Sucker Punch Lycan Rock. It gets a Cell Rock. Why would you ever run Sucker Punch Lycan Rock?
Exactly.
It's like, I don't know. You know what?
There was
Anthony,
this one. There was a 1 week where I wanted to run Sucker Punch Lantern. I can't remember what it was for, and you guys, I think Ryan specifically told me not to. And then the situation
against
actually
me.
came up.
Probably pulled
I think it was against me.
It was like,
Oh,
was it
Spectre.
TPL? It was far back.
Was
When
wondering
did you
that
have
could-
Lantern in
It
the
wasn't
team?
a Cell Rock.
It was Lycan Rock, not Lantern. So that had to be TPL season 3.
But you said
I
Lantern.
killed Ryan's Grimmsnarl with a
Oh,
Sucker
I
Punch
didn't.
Lantern.
Yeah, you did. That I want to see it get more kills because it's underrated.
Sucker Punch Lantern?
Yeah.
I feel like half of my kills with Lantern are with Sucker Punch,
Do I get
which is
Sucker-
saying quite a bit.
And now you're making me look at my team to see if I get Sucker Punch.
So I just thought like, okay, so when I was miscalculating my points because
Dang it.
I think I was talking with Ryan about I was talking either Ryan or
Well, that's why you're doing the math wrong.
Definitely.
I was talking about either Ryan or Brooks about me possibly getting Galarian Wheezing.
Okay, I like it. It's a fairy. It's a poison. It's a very good Urshifu check.
And before Starmie, it would
On
have
the Urshifu team.
Galarian Wheezing.
Yeah, exactly. Take it so other people can't have it.
I guess that's better for you that no one took it.
Yeah. Wait, no one has it?
No one has it, so I can still
Oh.
drop Lycan Rock in 2 weeks and go grab it.
Well, don't say that on the video.
Well, I mean,
All the people that battle you are gonna want to pick it up.
I tell you
Maybe
what,
he's
Brooks
just
one's
gonna
in
do
2
it at
weeks.
midnight.
But I feel like I'm not gonna do that to Brooks. I sniped him too many times in the draft.
My team is perfect. I wouldn't drop anything.
Yeah, I
always
like my
say
team.
that,
I'm not gonna change it.
and then I end up dropping something like week 5.
I
Well, if
never
you
make
drop Vicable, let me
free
know.
agent. I'm just stubborn.
Ryan, of all the things that I'm gonna drop in my team, Vikavolt is not gonna be it.
I figured.
It goes Scizor, Vikavolt, and then
What happens
everything
if
else.
Orbeetle gets dropped?
Okay, then Vikavolt gets dropped.
Well, there you go.
Alright,
Alright, do we have anything else to say?
Vikavolt is good for me.
Anthony has 4 D tiers on his team, which is interesting because I feel like he doesn't have that many high tier Pokemon either. Not that it's bad. It's just like I feel like there are a lot of teams that feel like they
It's a
they
lot
use
of
more
bees.
points than they were supposed to, and a lot of teams that feel like they use less points than they had to.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why.
Well, I mean, he has a lot of B tiers.
Yeah, he has a lot of bees.
Yeah.
I feel like
Like,
that's it.
Crobat and Slowpoke are bottom B tier.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I say
'Cause,
Slowpoke.
yeah, like this team, Ryan's team was another one where I felt like they just didn't use all their points, even though they did.
Yeah, well, I have 8 C tiers.
It's just what happens when you don't draft any NFE Pokemon.
I have 1 B tier. What's wrong with me?
So who's got the best team out of us, you think?
Out of us,
Yeah,
I think we all have terrible teams.
that's very true.
I think Ryan probably has the best team overall out of the 4 of us.
Objectively.
I'm trying to think what my favorite team was.
But I will also use it the worst.
We didn't say that though.
Yeah, who's your favorite teams?
Yeah, I gotta go through. Give me a second.
No, hate that one. Hate that one.
I like
I
the
feel
team
like
that
Ma-
was no
I think
offense. Which one?
Brooks' team is Matt's favorite team.
I like the team that was
That's
all
a good
offense and
team.
no defense. Which one was it? Was the
Ooh, I like Seth's team a lot. The one with the Cinderace, Rillaboom, Primarina,
Yeah.
Jirachi.
I-
It's just that I only like half the team, but the
yeah,
top
that's the one.
I'm
is
between,
such
Gert, I'm between that one and Gert's team.
I think I'm gonna go with Seth or Wes. I really like Wes's team.
I'm gonna pick probably Cold Stack and Jamaican Josians, as well as the Corviknight Knights, but I just
Oh yeah, because they're both Lincoln's team. You combine them, and Lincoln actually has 20 Pokemon.
exactly. But okay, so I do genuinely like the Corviknight team though.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. I mean, obviously it has its faults like everybody's team does, but I generally think overall it's not a bad team.
No, not at all. But yeah, my favorite teams are Seth and Wes for sure. Kentucky Keldeos and Phoenix. Solo.
Kentucky Keldeos gets my vote as well because it's got 4 members that I really love using: Thrillaboom, Prim, and 2 others I can't remember off the top of my head, but I love that team.
Yeah. I think that one's more top heavy than Wes's team, but it's so top heavy.
Just
It's a,
Nidoking, Hitmonlee, Rillaboom,
and
and
I think he
Primarina.
has a lot of value picks. As well. Like I think Nidoking and Primarina are both very good value, which allows him to make it top heavy without actually being crazy expensive.
Just because I don't like Rillaboom, I'm going with Gert's team.
That's a Gert team for sure.
I'm not going to further explain why.
All right. And Ryan, did you say what your favorite team was?
Yeah, Kentucky Keldeo.
Okay.
He's a bandwagon guy.
No, it's because it's all
he
offense.
said it same time as me. It's okay.
Yeah, I was already... I love the team. I love a lot of the Pokemon on it.
Yeah.
I would love to use Jirachi and Cinderace, so... Yeah. New guy, I hope he does well.
Jirachi and Cinderace, they run.
Exactly.
All right. Any notes before we sign off? This has been like a 4-hour video.
Ryan sucks, and his team is horrible.
Wait, did you say Ryan or Ryan? Because it sounded like you said Ryan. But
Ryan.
I think we all Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan
We're
team.
going to find out
It's
week
horrible.
4.
Horrible team. This is going to be easy claps
Ryan,
for
you're
me.
gonna battle all 3 of us. Ryan, you battle all 3 of us.
Easy claps.
It's those 2 back to back.
Easy claps, boys. All right. Good night,
All right, that's a
everybody.
good end
We're out of here. Everybody say goodbye.
That's the way to go.
Adios.
The
Anthony.
league starts in 4 days.
4 days.
Oh, I said
Well,
police.
Don't
Okay, you
need
think?
to- Come on, don't need the video, man.
You think Ryan's gonna edit this that quickly?
I am posting this whole video tomorrow. I'm not editing much at all.
Hell yeah.
Also,
Doing the cross style.
I said don't date the video when the bottom right of his screen has been there the whole time.
Well, they can't see that actually. It's a little bit more zoomed in and cropped for them.
But if they're
So-
like Ryan, they don't know when the league starts, so.
Anyways, all right, I'm stopping the recording.
All right.